Opie and Dopey.
Two guys that hate each other.
Just shut your mouth.
I hate them.
Shut up.
Don't be unkind.
Shut up, bitch.
Oh, very nice.
Shut the fuck up.
You're a fine bunch of bullies, aren't you?
I'm Opie.
I could give a fuck. I'm Jim Norton, and I'm on the radio.
Shut up.
The Opie and Anthony Show. It's all about fun, fun, fun.
I'd love to spit in your face.
I will fucking kill you.
Shut up, stupid.
I'm just a zilch and I know it.
Who cares? We're trying to do a fucking radio.
I know what we're trying to do. I'm sitting here across from you. I understand that.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Despicable asshat.
These dummies that work for us. You guys stink.
Ben looks like a tall baby.
Always laughing in the wrong places. Ben, where's the coffee?
You rock.
Hopefully he's going through a car wash with his mouth open.
And there's Steve.
Steve is a piece of garbage.
And you stink.
You are cordially invited to a robbery rape.
This is family entertainment.
This show is a disaster.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
If you have any poo, fling it now.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Hello, exactly.
O&A Party Rock! O&A Party Rock!
We look like assholes right now, man.
God damn it, are you fucking with me?
Do you want to kiss me? I'm going to kiss you on the mouth.
You blew it! Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
You're a phony. Hey, this guy's a great big phony. Hey, you're a great big phony, you know that? That's right. You're a big fat phony.
Call me sir, God damn it.
I am protecting myself. I am scared of you. Please call the police.
That's an attention getter.
Beyond AM, beyond FM, it's XM Satellite Radio.
Hoo-ha! 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 And welcome to the Opie and Anthony program.
Another week begins.
On XM Satellite Radio, we like to call it the O&A virus.
Yes,
Hello, pests!
the disease that is this program.
Hello, pests!
Hi.
How was everyone's
Pest
weekend?
fans. Very good. Nice, relaxing. I did nothing.
It was probably the most relaxing weekend I've ever had in my life.
Yeah?
And some dope in Orlando has threatened us with all sorts of lawsuits saying we were going to have a horrible weekend. You know, I did have a horrible weekend, actually. I didn't know what wax to put on my surfboard. The conditions out there, out east on Long Island, were a little tricky.
A little tricky for waxing up your board?
Yeah, that was my biggest dilemma this whole weekend. I didn't know which wax to use, Anthony.
Wow.
Fucking, I hate the rest of radio. Well, fucking hate them. Except for our pals. We have a few there that still do honest radio, and
They'll be rescued.
and they try to work hard, and they try to be original and come up with their own stuff. You know the names, Ron and Fez. You got B.J. Shea. You got Scott Farrell. Even Shred and Reagan. They're
Yeah.
in Buffalo. They do a pretty good job. You know, but then the rest of this fucking business is just made up with a bunch of phonies, a bunch of liars that could just go on the air and just lie about everything.
Yeah,
And I
well,
don't-
that's obvious.
I don't really have time for that bullshit. This guy, Jim Phillips, down in Orlando, is the biggest joke in radio. I had
Oh,
no
my
idea.
God. Dude, just when you thought you had seen the biggest ass wipe on radio, this guy comes into play.
They're all from the
Oh.
same mold. That's
Oh,
why
I
I
know.
hate them all. He sounds like Lycus, who sounds like Don and Mike, who sounds like
The same put-on radio
Shannon
voice.
Burke, who sounds like Lex and Terry. They all have the same voice, who sounds like Mancow.
Yeah.
No one uses their real voices
They
on the
put
radio.
on this thing, this voice that they put on. It's got to be the radio guy voice, so it makes them so cool and so hip. It doesn't matter what's coming out of their mouths. It's just cool because they're saying it like this. Ugh! Don't you just? How do you keep that on your radio when somebody's puking like that? Ugh. I just got distracted watching this girl dive off the diving board and slam her face into it.
Oh, they have video of that?
Oh, it's fantastic.
I saw the still shots in the paper over the weekend. I didn't know they had video.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Because the still shots in the paper, there's one, you could see that the blood is just spraying out.
Oh, they'll play that.
over and over again.
8,000 times. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, because it's very important to show that on the news.
Yeah.
Just in case you're doing a double backflip.
Right.
You want to protect the kids.
You want to smash your face on the board.
See, kids, if you try that maneuver, this could happen. Shut up.
Well, I guess everybody was so worried about us over the weekend, Opie, because this dickbag was making these threats about some kind of legal action. First of all, over the weekend. Shut up. What Clear Channel or any lawyers are working on the weekend? Stop it.
The sad part is we have more friends in Clear Channel than he does, and he works
exactly.
And he works for the company.
The guy doesn't realize what a small nothing he is, and how much his own company really doesn't care about him. Do you think they're going to jump if this nobody just starts crowing that he's angry and needs some legal assistance? Like they're all going to drop everything to help this guy out? His little perception of his self-importance is a little overblown. And then there's really nothing he can do. And the fact that he lies about everything made it just that much funnier, where he's going off and you're just listening going, you're embarrassing yourself again. No one's believing it. You're a nothing, and you're a liar. And that's what he did again on Friday. The attack continues, and the pests just tied up his phone line so he couldn't do a show.
Just like we predicted, he couldn't take one phone call.
And I'm not going to be and I won't be a phony like this guy is. This guy's such a phony. He talks about how people had listened to their show and told me that they were saying this. Can you even be honest for a second with your listeners? Can you just be honest and say on your way home, whatever, we're replayed throughout the day, whatever time it was that you tuned in to the show to listen to what we were saying about you? Why can't you just be honest with that? I was listening to his program because it's a pisser listening to our pests just nail this guy to the wall, listening to that cackling pork chop lap that sits next to him, just adding nothing to the show. Listening to that, I found it hysterical.
It's my favorite new show. I can't stop listening to it.
I cannot stop.
XM 152, this guy is a hoot.
It is so god-awful that, I was listening to the pests mount their assault. I'm on message boards. I'm on the chat rooms. And it's fun watching this coordinated little attack on this idiot. And he, again, had nothing.
I got the update. Not one phone call all day or something?
Not one call. And he thinks it's great that he showed the listeners, our listeners, that he didn't take any calls. But he doesn't understand that the fun part is the fact that you couldn't take one fucking call, you nothing. That he had to sit there and talk about septic tanks. No shit.
But I thought he told everybody to bring it on, right? Didn't he say bring it on?
Yeah.
Bring it on. Give me what you got.
Dude, that slob with tits that sits next to him went off on septic tanks for multiple breaks. It didn't stop. It went on and on about septic tanks and what type of stone leaches the fluid into the ground better. It was awful.
She looks like Paul Stanley.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot, the Photoshops that were going on the message board with her picture and his picture. I never saw so many pictures of big cocks going into his ass.
Did you read the Moira appreciation thread on Wagbag?
Oh, bravo. Oh, what a bunch of heartless assholes on that message board.
Yeah, if you're new to the show, you might want to go to whackbag.com to, find out exactly what we're talking about here. But,
update the whole thing.
It's just this tool in Orlando that does a talk show who thinks he's bigger than he really is.
And I
he's
know
a one-market wonder. He does great in Orlando, and congratulations for that. But you're not in our league, so just relax, buddy. And this isn't about us and you, trust me. It's a much bigger issue we have with commercial radio. You're just the latest guy we're picking on.
That's it.
We hate you all.
Bullies. He was calling you bullies. What kind of a guy yells, bring it on, and then calls what the fuck? What are you, 5 years old? We stand up to bullies. No, you don't. You kneel down, open your mouth, and don't take any phone calls. That's what you do to bullies. Stupid.
He was griping. He was like, okay, I hope you have a good weekend. I hope your weekend doesn't have a surprise in it. Why don't you look up things like tort? And look up things like
it was
injunction.
Tort?
Tort.
Ah, shit. I looked up tart.
Oh, you did?
Fuck.
Yes, it had a picture of him and his co-host.
Tort.
I brought in a nice picture of a cherry pastry.
I looked up tortilla. What a complete ass. What a phony. What a chill-inducing embarrassment this guy is. You listen, and you're so embarrassed. There were so many occasions where he would be yapping, and I couldn't look at anyone else. Because you're so full of embarrassment for the guy.
Yes.
You're embarrassed for him. Do you realize that people are embarrassed for you?
You're supposed to be funny. Like, that's supposed to be a funny show, and his answer is, look up tort?
Look up tort.
You groveling commercial jizzbag. Is that the best you have? Look up legal terms? You're not a funny guy, man. You're not a funny human being.
He was coming up with, like, the Patriot Act and things.
What?
And how lawyers are working as he spoke to go through all the emails and phone calls and anyone knows. Here's the biggest giveaway. Well, the fact that he's just a compulsive liar on the air. He can't be honest with anybody. That's one thing. But the fact that if you consult a lawyer about anything, especially on air, and believe me and Ope have had plenty of meetings in chairs sitting in front of lawyers. The first thing they tell you, the number one thing they tell you is, all right, we're working on this. Don't address it. Don't talk about it on the air. Don't even mention their name. Don't do anything on the air. We're working on this. And you're so frustrated that you're sitting there and you can't talk about it because the lawyers tell you it's in your best interest. Just don't mention this.
That's when you start listening to people.
Right,
because
it's a legal thing, litigation. Sure. We had a problem a few years back with Dave Herman, did the Rock and Roll Morning Show on NEW. And we had banged heads there.
We were part of a million dollar lawsuit
against
I don't think we've ever talked
Broadcasting.
about this on
the air. I forgot about it. Infinity Broadcasting against us. It was just this big thing that went on that Dave Herman was suing us personally, the station, the company, everything. And we wanted to go on the air and play the phone call from his wife. That kind of spurred the whole thing on.
Well, she was having a garage sale.
Yeah. It was a garage sale, selling all his stuff.
All his stuff.
She calls up.
She calls up to just announce that she's having a Dave Herman garage sale. So we thought we have to go with that.
She sounded like maybe she had put a few down before the call.
We didn't really get along with Dave Herman at the time.
So the wife was calling and talking about Dave and his stuff that she's selling. And
it was classic Opie and Anthony.
So we went on about Dave's parenting skills and his sexual prowess and his ability to be a husband and father and stuff. And he got upset about it, and he filed a lawsuit. The lawsuit came about, and I believe it was resolved with the fact that he's a public figure. It was a parody show, usually how these things end up. And
there was wiretapping going on.
There was all kinds of stuff going on, and the case was dismissed.
Where's Ben? Ben should be involved with this. There was this phony that worked at WNEW at the time who made believe he was our friends.
Yeah.
And it turned out he
actually dubbed off a tape.
He was taping us when we weren't on the air, trying to catch us in a lot.
Yeah.
Catching us talking bad about Dave Herman and his wife.
Yeah.
This guy, Mark Francis, who sees us from time to time and thinks we're buddies.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, we're not buddies, Mark. Sorry.
So
he was secretly taping us while we were in studio.
The whole thing is, we wanted to get on the air and just start discussing this whole thing. And the lawyers told us, the Infinity lawyers said, look, you can't talk about this. You can't even allude to it. Don't mention it. And you could go back and listen to tapes of our show when that was happening. We didn't talk about it. And we love talking about anything. We love getting ourselves in fucking trouble. We've done it in the past. This was one of those things. They stress to you, do not talk about this. Well, he spent another, I guess 3 hours. It was an hour of filler on septic tanks and a few other very pressing and funny issues.
Did he really talk about boils and nose hairs?
Yeah, I think that was another one of the topics.
Hold on, let's go to Pete real fast. Pete, go ahead. Pete!
Hello? Yeah, great.
Hello?
phones working.
I hope they're working. All right, go ahead.
Well, he was just talking about how the lawyers are working on it. We have lawsuits that are coming our way over the weekend. How we should be petrified while we're sitting at home shaking over the weekend because he's got things in the works. And the first thing I thought was that this guy's just a lying sack of shit. And then, oh my God, you can't even do it well because you're not supposed to talk about stuff like this if there's actually something going on. And again, there's nothing. This guy's a liar. He says that he'll start taking phone calls again Wednesday because there's some technology that he's putting in place by Wednesday that's going to screen out our pests, and he'll be able to now take calls, know who's on the phone. He might even start giving out phone numbers of the pests who absolutely don't care if their phone number goes out to his listeners. They love the idea.
Call them all day. They'll just jerk off and listen to you. They don't
Of course
care.
they will. They will offend the people that are calling to fuck with them to the point where you don't understand who you're dealing with. These people are psychopaths. They're insane. So they don't care. And again, he's so small. He's so nothing. Do you think he'll be able to call and ask Clear Channel for any new equipment and have it there in less than a week? Who do you think you're fucking with? Do you think we don't know how radio works? You ask for something, a year later you ask for it again, and in a few months from that, you might get an answer that you might have to ask for it again in a year. Shit doesn't work like that, buddy. You're not getting new shit. You're not getting new equipment. It's called caller ID. You have it already. Our listeners just don't care. They don't care.
You know what new equipment you should get? How about a talent implant? That'd be nice. Maybe a fucking funny bone sewn onto you.
Let's go to Dugout Doug from whackbag.com.
One of the stars.
Doug, what's up?
Good morning.
Hi, Angel.
Hi.
Where was my voice on Friday, Jim? Where was my voice? Did you play my voice on your radio show, Jim? Well, we didn't have a cease and desist order. It's called you being a fucking pussy.
Yeah.
You didn't take a single call, and that made us happy. Do you know the frustration, guys, that this asshole must have with the fact that he started his show saying he wasn't going to take any phone calls, and at 7 o'clock at night, his fucking lines were still busy? He wanted to deter us from fucking calling, and until 7 o'clock, those lines were still jammed because we are a bunch of assholes. He's telling us that we're the ones dumping long-distance money, and we're saying they're cell phones. Long distance is free. Who cares?
Yeah.
I called and told that crippled cunt that takes the calls, hey, I want to just be on the air. I will give out my own phone number.
They don't care. They don't care.
How many calls am I going to get? Every time one of his own listeners hears that busy signal, they're tuning into Top 20 fucking radio. They're not listening to his ass anymore. His following is dropping every time they hit a busy signal. And what would be so bad about me getting phone calls from his fans? The first minute of every incoming call on my cell phone is free. Who cares? I just get to talk to these assholes.
And make sure you tape them, because that'll make for some great radio.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I already had my tape recorder ready.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Phillips, we're still taking phone calls over here.
Constantly.
We're not scared to do radio, you faggot.
To plunk down every line that's lit.
And he won't say
they're all lit.
The name of the show because his boss has probably said, don't give them any promotion. Don't say Opie and Anthony. And there's the way certain things work here. Opie, Greg, and come here. He won't just say your names because he's been told not to. Jim Phillips Show, XM 152. We encourage you to listen. That's how bad it is. Listen.
I'm scared of the pests right now.
How about this one? Because remember, guys, he who laughs last laughs best. He actually said that.
He didn't say that.
Yes, Jimmy, I'm sorry to report. He said that over and over again.
I was on a plane on the other day. I missed the entire... He said, he who laughs last...
laughs best. And he kept saying it like that was his big catchphrase of the day.
What does he say about he who can't make his listeners laugh once? How about that?
I got more private messages on Whackbag, emails on my personal email account, and AOL instant messages through the weekend. Hey, Doug, did you know about this website that spoofs telephone numbers? No problem. We beat your caller ID system already.
What's this, camophone.com? Doug, it's CAMOPHONE.com. Someone told me that this is a site that helps disguise where you call from. I don't know exactly what it does, but try camophone.com. SpoofTell.com.
Yes, sir. There's also one called SpoofTell. That one actually allows you to designate what phone number you're calling from.
Wow, I've never heard of that.
How do you spell it? How do you spell it?
We already have his home phone number. We'll all just use that.
Doug, how do you spell SpoofTell? SPOOFTELL?
Yes, sir.
.com, okay.
Yeah, we'll just use his home phone number to spoof the telephone number with. He'll think that he's getting calls from home.
His number's 888-978-1041, and it's just a laugh riot, guys. A lot of big laughs on this show. And I talked to one of the pests came to the Comedy Cellar last night, one of the true sociopaths.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he wants me to give out his name, because he said he did this thing where he hooked up some computer thing where the guy got 1,200 calls on his show, and every time the phone answered, they would hear, "It's the Greg and Tony Show, the Greg and Tony Show."
Oh, that's brutal.
He said that it was on a loop, and he said they actually knew how many times it had been answered.
Wow.
And how many times it hadn't been. So that's probably one reason they stopped, is every time they picked up, they would hear, "It's the Greg and Tony Show," which for me would be great because I love that song.
Guys are asses. Wait, well, one other thing that he was saying about Jimmy personally, because for the first 2 attacks, all he was doing was talking about Anthony Cumia and Gregory Hughes. What an ass. And he finally said, "What's that comedian's name that on that show? What's his name? I love how he tries to make it sound like I don't really know."
Yeah.
What again? Completely, he cannot be honest with his listeners. What's that guy's name? Jimmy Norton. Jim Norton. Why don't you? And this is what he was saying. Why don't you book a show down here in the Orlando area, Jim? Why don't you do that? Because I think you'll be surprised when you go down there. With maybe we got a little surprise for you if you book a gig at a club down here.
Dude, we should book a freaking show this Friday night in Orlando.
Book a show, because you know what happened? Nothing. God help the 1 or 2 people that would show up that are his listeners. They would be anally raped.
I don't care if he shows up and heckles, as long as he doesn't pipe in audio of that awful radio program he does. Dude, you could show up and murder an animal. Just don't play any of your god-awful, unfunny show or that fucking box you sit next to.
Horrid. Classic.
Yeah.
Hey, Dugout.
Yes, sir.
Just first of all, make sure the Army and the pests know they're doing a great job. We're very proud of you guys.
I got to give a hats off to these guys. We've never done 3 full days, let alone it's going to be 4 today.
Oh, yeah.
We have the attention span of a flea.
Yep.
Basically, we have grown in numbers all 3 days and almost doubled every time we've gone out there.
You know what it has to do with? It has to do with the fact that this guy is such a pompous asshole that it makes it so much more enjoyable to fuck with him.
Well, I can honestly say this will probably end with the sharp snapping of a rope he self-tied to his neck in his ceiling fan, and he jumps off of a stool.
We can only hope.
Well, the point I want to make, and you got to pass it on to everybody else, this is a much, much bigger problem than this stupid Jim Phillips. You guys understand that. It's not us against him. It's us against pretty much commercial radio in general. He's just the latest
He's the
one.
poster boy this week.
He's the poster boy for now. You know, I don't want him to think that it's us against him, because we're in 2 different leagues. Okay?
We'll just go ahead and pick names out of a hat every week. This is fun.
I mean, we might as well at this point.
This is a prime example to regular radio, what a lack of power you have, how small fish you are. This is a prime example. And how much we can destroy your program if you want to be an asshole and use that line like he's using about our 3 listeners and his bullshit. This is a great example, a great way to show the rest of regular radio, the tools in regular radio, what it's like to have our pests on your ass.
Somebody wanted to rent a billboard near his office where the radio station is, just to write, "You lose, sir."
You lose, sir.
Just to
Good day.
We could post on one of the boards. If everybody could just give $2, maybe we can get it for a week. Fucking sickos we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
Hey, Doug, are you going to be up in this area, I've heard?
As a matter of fact, I will be on Thursday night. I believe we're going to the Fat Black Pussycat.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, my friend owns that.
Kit Club.
Kit Club.
Beautiful
I'm
girls.
coming on up for a wedding this weekend and figure it'd be a good opportunity to go out and drink. It's Donkey Sausage's birthday, so we'll have a good time Thursday night.
All right, great, man. Yeah, because, Noam owns that. Same guy who owns the Comedy Cellar owns that place.
You have to come one and come all, and I think we'll be having a ticker tape parade that night also.
All right, Doug.
See you this week, sweetie.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye, buddy.
Dugout Doug from whackbag.com. Very good.
And the other message boards get angry.
OpieAnthony.net.
CringeHumor.net as well. All participating.
Yeah. It's a blast. It's fun to watch on the message boards, and it all gets rolling around 2:30. They start just frothing at the mouth and exchanging ideas and things to do. And then at 3 o'clock when it hits, it's so much fun to watch these guys work.
But I want to make it perfectly clear. This is a very big war.
Mm-hmm.
This is just one tiny little battle over here that we're fighting right now.
Yeah.
Gotta take care of this little battle, then we're going to move on to other things.
This ass has just made it so much fun, is what it is. Would we have moved on? We probably would have. If the guy handled it differently or something, we absolutely, would have just moved on to some other radio asshole that's out there. This guy is such a complete ass, such a tool, that he's just made it fun to really fuck with him.
What drives me nuts is something going on in commercial radio. You know, Howard brought this to everyone's attention about.
Of course
this,
I did.
About this, ripping me off, and he did have a valid point, but now, like we've said, he's become a joke as far as that, and a parody of himself. But at first, he did make a very good point where a lot of these radio guys were just ripping him off and other people off, and then all of a sudden it just became accepted if you're doing radio that you just go on there and go, well, yeah, I did rip off this person, or I ripped off that person, but everyone does it. It's just known in this business. Mm-hmm. To have a blanket statement like that, it just is disgusting. Disgusting. You know? Our material stands for itself. We attempt to be as original as possible. If we are doing something that is similar to some other guy, we always try to throw our own little spin on the damn thing.
There you go.
But a bunch of these radio guys out there now, because they've been called out on this point for many, many years. Now the latest thing in commercial radio is like, everyone rips everyone off.
Yeah, what are you going to do about it?
Just what we do. Ugh. Showing no originality whatsoever, and that's what drives me nuts. To just to blow it off like, it's no big deal. We've been doing it like this for years. Really?
Yeah.
Really, it's no big deal? All right.
Have fun. Have fun today. It's just going to continue.
No phone calls today again,
No phone
buddy.
calls.
Bring it on. Bring it on. I'll get it. Whatever you got, bring it on. And now he's groveling about lawsuits, bullies, and I won't take phone calls until I have special equipment. How could you say that after 3 days ago you're yelling, bring it on?
He's just a liar.
Yuck.
He's a liar. Can't even be honest with his own listeners. He's just a liar.
I've gotten emails from some of them. They're like, this guy, you see a couple of the posts, his message board is destroyed.
Yeah.
But they're like, ugh, this guy really is a tool.
Yeah. Oh, his own listeners that have been writing? Yeah, you read a couple of those. They're great. They're his listeners just writing about how they listened to him for so long. And this opportunity came up. They heard of us, started listening, and they absolutely see what a tool this guy is, what a complete ass he is. It's barely what we're doing. This guy is just showing himself to be one of these ridiculous radio tools. Enjoy.
Right.
Not taking phone calls.
One other thing before we move on, because we just have to do 20, 25 minutes on you, and then we can move on, because we do a radio show, you ass.
How's your septic tank?
We could still go to the phones and just have a regular show.
Yeah.
But you'll do another, 2-3 hours on us today?
That's what he was saying. He goes, I don't have to take phone calls. I've done shows for years without taking one phone call. So we're going to do that today. And then he proceeds to do a show on septic tanks and listening to that hole next to him cackle.
And one thing that annoyed me is when he was going, what's the matter, boys? You're not playing the audio? It's like when someone gets a cease and desist, it's probably going to come like it did when you play the Eminem stuff. You can't play it if the cease and desist comes. You know that. So you're just kind of hoping to play it as much as you can before that comes. And, dude, I got to be honest. I really wish your audio was pricelessly bad.
Oh.
Pricelessly bad.
And wouldn't it be in his best interest to have his audio played on our show? Like, if any radio personality that's bigger than us wanted to play our audio, would we send a cease and desist?
No.
You'd let them play it. The only way that you want somebody to stop playing your audio is if you even know how stupid and ridiculous it sounds and how easily it is to goof on. That hole next to him is so much fun to listen to. Just chime in with her nothingness. I was doing that all weekend. I was going, no, where's the remote? Yeah.
Did you hear? I actually want to hug Moira. She's so fucking awful. I want to just hold her and touch her skull. There was one point where this boar, and I think the people in his studio are uncomfortable.
Yeah,
they're
you can hear
watching.
it.
They're watching a boar unravel.
Yeah.
They're watching him just unravel, and he was going, just rambling about lawsuits and torts, and she goes, "They don't know you very well." Did anybody out there hear that when she said that? They don't know you very well. It's in the first. I only heard the first 5 minutes of the show Friday. Somebody sent me a link to the actual.
Wow.
Listen to the first 10 minutes, and you'll hear her say that they don't know you very well. It could be the worst thing I've ever heard anybody
horrific.
on radio say.
That
ever.
is horrific.
That's great.
Dumb broad. Just do what you do. Lay back, open legs, mouth shut, pop out, baby. Continue. Yuck.
All right, before we move on, Stenchfinger sent this in. We were listening
Stenchfinger.
We were listening to this just before we went on the air. It's a report from the front lines. This thing is really good.
Yeah.
He put at least 5 minutes into this thing.
Oh, at least.
No, it's really good from Stenchfinger. Just talking about the battle that was
battle
on Friday.
Well, this is really funny because he takes on the whole thing of how it was a tough battle because they actually have to listen to this program.
Right, yeah. Keep that in mind as you're listening to this.
Yeah.
It's a tough battle because they had to sit through his nonsense.
Yeah, part of the battle is listening to his show.
Right, right. Here we go. Stenchfinger, everyone.
Sirs, it's bad out here. Our intel on these bastards was faulty, and about 10 minutes ago we started losing men like Sandy Kane at a dating service. The Army expected the standard resistances we'd been trained for. Screeners, delays, caller ID, and overcoming our own speech impediments and low IQs. But suddenly, we realized these fuckers were fighting back. The lucky ones went first. Gooder boy was charging the hill when he got hit with a Chick-fil-A commercial that must have been 8 minutes long. Ben's hog was trying to hold his unit together after a segment by Mara took out 43 men. Their screams forever haunt my dreams. Stealth Payne was taken down by a weather report. A story about French fries took out the entire 3rd Cavalry. PSAs were everywhere, man. It all happened so fast. I would like to say that I was brave, sirs. But I must admit I began to weep when I heard the 4th Watson Realty commercial. I fell on the field, sirs, and I thought for sure that it was over. As the monotone dribble of their commander washed over us, I tried to comfort a young man from Indiana. All he could keep saying was, "Load up the kids and head out to Waltermania. Load up the kids and head out to Waltermania." The life was gone from his eyes. How are we going to explain to his family what these heartless bastards have done? Somewhere, I swear I heard a baby crying. Now, I don't know his name, but he was wearing an Ozzy t-shirt and looked like a pasty angel. He came out of nowhere, sirs, and lifted me on his shoulders. "We're not leaving any men behind," he screamed and lifted me over the FocusOnLearning.org PSA that had failed me. Before I could even thank him, he was back on the field. As Stalker Patty was tending my wounds, the men let out a cheer. In the distance, we could see Fort Pest triumphantly hoisting a pair of Pat Battle's dirty underwear on a makeshift flagpole. Ecstasy of the gold began to blare out of Pat from Munaki's Cadillac. We're taking that hill, sirs. Tell my wife I love her. Private Stenchfinger, 34th Infantry Division of the O&A Army.
That rocks.
God damn, referring to the bad commercials that you got to sit through and his babbling and.
Oh wow, that's hilarious! Bravo, Stenchfinger. Good job.
The Water Mania commercial that plays 18 times. That sounds like the Glory Hole commercial.
Well, the listeners having a lot of fun with this one.
Yep.
I can't wait until 3 o'clock.
I know, it's so much fun.
I look forward to that show like I used to look forward to doing this show when it was on afternoons. The joy it brings me. I can't tell you. To hear that awful banter. To see a man unraveling because he's not funny.
Just unraveling. And his cohorts in the studio listening to it and sometimes even chiming in where you can hear what they're saying has a little sarcasm to it, or like they're obviously upset with this situation.
Let's say hi to Joey in Howard Beach. Joey!
Hey, what's up, fellas?
How's Fat Nick?
Fat Nick's still in jail.
Fat Nick's mother on 1010 Wins this morning. I was listening to her comments.
Yeah, that's right. I saw that.
We ought to pull that off. She's talking about how her son didn't hit the black guy over the head with the bat, that he just fell. He fell down, and that's what happened. My son wouldn't have done that. It was a fight. Teenagers get into fights all the time. He fell down. That's what happened.
Gotta love Fat Nick.
Nick.
All right, Joey.
His mother's like Sonny's mother in Dog Day Afternoon.
Exactly.
I talked to the FBI man. He said it's going to be all right. Run!
Fellas,
Through the cops with guns. Run.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, man. Go
ahead, Joey.
I've done more legal research over this weekend than I do at work than I did all throughout law school, trying to keep the maniacs on whackbag sane. You know, like I knew this guy had nothing to stand on. He, first of all, like Anthony said, when you're going into litigation, the last thing you do is tip your hand. You're not going to go tell everybody what you're going to do.
And you can't
keep your mouth shut.
You can't say bring it on, and then say that you're being harassed. What?
You can't invite a supposed harm against you and then get pissed off when somebody does it.
When you realize what you're up against.
Yeah, it's
right,
Radio
exactly.
101. You want to talk shit? Well, the listeners are responding.
Yep. The Patriot Act? How do you fight to the Patriot Act like they're going to help you? The Patriot Act's going to help you get back at people calling your radio show.
Yeah, there you go. That's what the.
Yeah, you ass.
There's bombs going off and. Oh my God!
Yeah, there's not enough
idiot.
problems with terrorism in this country that now they're going to focus on Dugout Doug. That's what the government's looking for.
I hope to God he tries to contact people like in that whole area because they will lock him up. You are a tool.
The Patriot Act.
All right, Joey.
Bye, Joey.
All right, take it easy, fellas.
We should take our first break, huh?
All right.
I shaved my pubes, the upper pubes, and I'm trying to see if it itches or not. I didn't go all the way down. I wanted to see what it felt like, and I'm hoping it doesn't start itching like the Dickens.
How low you go?
I left almost like a little Hitler mustache across the top just in case it gets bad. I don't want it to be right where my mule meets my body.
Okay, hold on. I just was reading. I came in with the Hitler mustache. I wasn't listening.
I was with Jimmy until he said that.
Not a Hitler mustache. I'm saying that height.
What did you do?
I shaved my pubes.
Why?
I just wanted to. Why not?
How much?
I shaved it down. I'm not very hairy to begin with.
You shaved the ball bag?
Not.
I don't need to. There's almost no hair.
Oh, God.
It looks like Connor Peterson's chin. without the kelp. Little kelpless chin. So I shaved the top of the pubic hair. I probably left maybe an inch, like a line. It's not like a Hitler mustache.
No, I know.
very short.
I understand. But how high is the hair?
Very trim. I use scissors first.
It might get a little prickly on.
I'm hoping not, but I'm going to shave again today in the shower. I'm going to keep it up.
So you're going to keep it up.
We get Ozfest tomorrow too.
Did you use a razor blade?
Dude, when you trim
down, yes.
When you trim down, you got to be very, very careful. You go a little too short, it gets prickly.
You get a little porcupine.
No, but I want to go completely bald.
You do?
Yeah.
You're going to shave it all off.
Girls like that. Not all girls, but some do.
That is such a gay man thing.
No,
it's
not.
true, man. We talk about this from time to time.
No.
I got a shaved ball bag.
I'm not shaving because I keep getting.
Oh, you mean like the whole thing?
I'm shaving the whole thing off.
Yeah, I don't go whole.
I'm not getting peanuts and corn kernels stuck in my pubes. That's not what I'm doing it for. Just girls like it better. They think it just looks nicer. I'm thinking it might make my hog look a little bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying. I figure the less there is jutting out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, that is
well, it is
something
true.
that's
If
been
you
brought up, the illusion.
If you trim the weeds from around the tree, it definitely makes the tree look a little taller.
I'm actually hoping that somehow, because I'm so pale, that my dick and my stomach will kind of just blend in as one long thing, and nobody will know where it starts. They'll just think it's this
huge cock,
this appendage with nipples on it.
Jesus.
So I don't know. Let's see if there's an itch tomorrow at Ozfest where we're doing interviews, and I had this nightmare of talking to Tony Iommi and picking my ball bag and scratching my pubes.
Well, you will be. You absolutely will be. It's going to itch on you.
I'm going to shave
especially
again.
if you get a little hot and maybe a little sweaty down there, sitting in an unconditioned environment. You might have some trouble there, Jimmy. What made you decide?
I wanted to anyway. I just decided to do it yesterday.
And you were standing there in front of the mirror nude?
Yeah.
And you just looked and said, I'm doing it now.
Well, I was shaving my face before my shower, and I'm like, you know what? While you're here, why not give her a whirl? And I did it, and I did it in the shower. I tried to be even with it, but I didn't shave up. Somebody told me if you shave up, like when you're with the razor, like against the hair, that's when it really is bad coming back. So I shaved down, and I'm going to try it again today just to upkeep.
Have you been using the same razor since like 1990?
Oh no, I change blades constantly. I'm the blade changing
because
kid.
we're looking at you. You really don't have much hair in general. You know, it's like
I'm very, very smooth and boyish.
Anthony goes through 3 razors a week here.
Yeah, he's
and you probably the same one since I don't know last year.
I just use an electric.
You go electric?
I don't even use a regular blade. It's too much of a hassle. I just, that's it, go to work. What the hell do I care?
Hey, maybe we could talk about a goatee for 3 hours.
Vagina face.
Yeah, your shirts, by the way, are a little black. Wow.
Yeah, when we went
I'm wearing periwinkle today.
When we went after Tom Leykis back in the day.
Come on.
See another guy we just slapped around at will. And
Same voice, different asshole.
And then moved on. I want to make that perfectly clear. I don't want Jim to think he's a special guy. You're just the guy we're slapping around now, and we'll move on to somebody else. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. So we went after Leykis for a while, and the best he had was to talk about ponytails, not for a half hour, for an hour. Because at the time, I hate to admit this, but Anthony, well, it wasn't even that bad at the time. Anthony had like longer hair, and he kept some of it in a ponytail.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But
so that's all he had on us.
That was it.
That Anthony had
Let's
a ponytail.
Let's talk about ponytails.
And he did it for an hour.
Oh, God, these guys have nothing. They have nothing. They're incapable of being clever in their viciousness.
Why don't you talk in your real voices? I would like your co-host, because they're all going to listen to this to see if they're getting slammed. Why don't you look at him when he's talking and wonder why the fuck is he putting on a phony radio voice?
Nobody talks like this.
You hack.
Nobody sits there and puts on this fake voice like this. No one does that. Only stupid radio asses.
You can't talk about real issues if you're too busy worrying about how you're sounding through the speakers.
But that's the whole thing. They want to sound.
Because when you start doing this, you have to concentrate.
He wants to sound cool, you know.
Yeah.
And maybe years ago in the 70s or something, that was cool to have that voice.
Well, when they had the big boss jocks.
Yeah, boss jocks. Hey, coming in. That was 5 in a row. You know, maybe that's it. But now. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like what you are. You're
phony.
just an old jock. He's completely irrelevant. Thinks he's cool. Thinks that just by sounding like this, that people are going to listen.
Was hoping he was going to be syndicated. Probably gave up on that dream 5 to 7 years ago.
Oh, please.
So he's a one market sensation. That's great. A lot of people do real well with that.
Yep.
But Jim, you had bigger dreams. You wanted to be kind of like a Sean Hannity maybe or a Rush Limbaugh. Oh, yeah. Instead, you're just in one market doing well.
Not even running your own show now.
Hey, by the way, did you see that this is the beauty of this guy? Did you see WTKS.com if you want to see what he looks like? He's like, it's almost like the Usual Suspects pose.
Yeah.
It's like he's kind of standing there like a warrior. It's like, what are you trying? You fucking middle-aged zilch. Stop trying to be cool. You're not a cool guy or a funny guy. You're a tool.
Yeah, I don't know what he's trying to portray himself as.
Chris Rock had a great quote. I think he said something about cool is the absolute the enemy of funny, or something along those lines. Like comedy and cool never go together.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna stand there and try to look cool in your picture, you're not a funny guy, dude.
Yeah,
wearing sensitive slacks.
His slacks, but he's telling us how to dress. You know what? we don't really care. I get a lot of flack about my clothes, but I don't even dress myself. I could care less.
I love the way
you
dress. There's nothing wrong with it if you live in Chelsea. It's fine.
I could care less about what I'm wearing on a daily basis. It's hanging on the knob when I wake up, and I put it on and leave the house.
Should rephrase that, considering the shirt's
hanging on the knob. Take it off with my mouth, throw it over my head.
And I'm the complete opposite. I just go in my room and look around the piles of clothes and pick up something that doesn't smell too bad and throw it on for the
point
day.
Being, he seems to be a lot more concerned about what we wear than we are, and he's such an ass.
And don't threaten me, by the way, when I come to Orlando.
That was a threat, by the way.
You know what's going to ruin my act, sir? My lack of ability. That's what wrecks me on stage every time, is my complete lack of comedic talent. You're not going to do anything. Dick joke, fart, dick joke. Good night, folks. Thanks for coming. Selling stuff in the merchandise area.
And who's going to blow me?
Yeah. Well, apparently no one if you go to Cleveland.
Oh, really?
I struck out horribly.
Didn't work out for you.
No.
Wasn't Cleveland the place you said stunk as far as chicks? Or was
no, Philly stinks.
Philly stinks.
Philly girls are gorgeous, but none of them bang. They're the biggest, collectively, the biggest group of cock teasers ever put in one place. It's amazing how God filtered them all into one bad accent. I don't know how he did it. You know?
Really?
I get a lot of emails from chicks in Philly, too, but none of them bang. It's unfortunate.
And you struck out in Cleveland this time.
Horribly.
Wow.
That's whatever. I mean, it's fine.
No, it's
swing and a miss.
Well, we got Valerie from Ohio.
Ooh.
Valerie, what's up?
Hey, guys. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Hi.
Jimmy, you were awesome Saturday night.
Oh, thank you.
And the problem with the girls, there were a lot of us there, but we couldn't get to you because of the pest after the show.
Oh, I forgot to mention, during the late show, I have these 3 kids up front, and all of them wearing black shirts that just say pest.
12.
And they were, I asked how old they were. One was like 22, and one was 15, and one was 14. It was nice to see the generation, the future. And I brought them on stage and took a picture with these 3 young. Yeah, believe me, these are the type that, they kill some kind of kid in a satanic ritual somewhere in the Midwest. They're just little kooks. But nice to see the future generation.
Is that what inspired you to shave your sack and your pubes?
I didn't even think of that.
Seeing the nice little 14-year-old boy.
They had pest T-shirts on?
Not like the ones your brother's making. They're just black
copyright infringement. Can you say copyright infringement,
I
boys?
hope you have a good week.
Can you young boys?
Because we're sending lawyers.
You better go to a law library, boys, and look up copyright infringement.
And tort.
And tort. Because you are one.
That's right.
Look up Tard.
Can you spell Rocky Dennis? Because that's who sits in the studio next to me.
Oh, but Jimmy, we love you. So have a separate line for the girls so we can hook up.
Thank you, Valerie.
If you're looking for your official Opie and Anthony Pest T-shirt, there's a link on opieandanthony.com. Make it easy.
I'm looking for my first Opie and Anthony shirt.
I told my brother we got to get them from Ziggy. I'm finding out to spread the virus T-shirts. We got to get them from Ziggy.
As a member of the program, I would like to have one of those shirts. XL, please. I would love to wear that.
Ziggy's going to have to bring in some of those spread the virus T-shirts, and the pest T-shirts are being printed as we speak.
I'm going to go to your brother actually for a logo. I have a logo I want to discuss with him.
He does terrific work.
I
got to tell you. If you have a company out there, you need a little logo work. My brother, I'm telling you, he does a great job.
I'm going to speak to this gentleman. I don't know your brother. I don't know what he does. Tell him I want a logo. He'll understand. Believe me.
He does a great job. All right, we should take our first break, all right?
Mm-hmm.
We got lots to do. We'll get into the Cleveland show a little more. We got to talk about the Times Square scare.
That's great.
Hilarious.
Welcome to New York.
I'm sorry to say hilarious.
It is hilarious.
But
it's hilarious.
A lot of people on edge in New York these days, but the front page of the Daily News, we'll get into that next, okay?
And I have another...
What?
No, I actually forget my thought.
You got a thing?
No, I have a technological problem with Dell as well I'd like to get into. Cause,
Good luck. We got an update on Anthony's fans next, too.
This is Aaron Sheik, World Wrestling Federation, 3-time champion, All-American AAU champion. Pleasure for me to the Anthony and Opie bring me here to New York to I say hello to all my wrestling fans and everybody know I'm the real Middle Eastern, come to the greatest wrestling country and most famous city in the world, Manhattan, Madison Square Garden. I welcome 3-time champion. I want to say hello to all my wrestling friends, especially all American and also my Iranian friend. خدمت همه شنوندگان ایرانی عزیز سلام عرض میکنم. همه دنیا آرون شیخ خسرو وزیری رو میشناسن. Pleasure for me to I come back here again one more time to I talk to the Opie and Anthony, and pleasure for me always.
The Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202.
Bat battle. Bat battle. Bat battle. Bat battle. Bat battle.
Yeah. Who came up with that? Do we know? That's hilarious. Jesus. We're back with the Opie and Anthony program. Martini Steve in studio. What's up, Steve?
That was a listener named Travis sent that in, and I just mixed it with the original Ram Jam.
That's hilarious. Very good. Listeners are really, really coming to the table lately with material. Makes our jobs easier. Thank you very much.
Does.
Yes, I meant to say sensible instead of sensitive.
Oh, jot that down.
Ugh.
You said sensitive slacks.
Instead of sensible slacks.
Sensitive.
Josh in Nolens. What's up, Josh?
Hey, what's up?
Hey. Okay. That usually means go.
That's funny. He has no clue.
Josh?
I'm here.
You're on the radio.
Well, I'm an idiot. Hey, guys.
I now know we
Joe ragging on Norton for shaving his pubes. I just quick line out. You can let him know that smaller salad makes a steak look bigger.
Oh, smaller salad makes your steak look bigger. Not okay.
There you go.
I like that.
Very nice.
Right.
Let's go to Mike in Jersey. Mike?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, Mike.
Listen, I just wanted to tell Jimmy, I've been shaving my balls for years, like right after high school. Just take it all off. Take it all off, deal with the itching for about a week, and then if you're consistent with it, then it won't itch anymore.
You have to shave it every day?
It's a great way to get a blowjob. Chicks love that shit.
Do you shave it every day?
No, not every day. I shave it like once a week. If you get a little bit of growth on there, not a big deal. But you want to kind of keep it. You want to keep I shave it pretty much once a week.
Do you shave against the grain or just with the flow?
Down, all the way down.
You don't shave.
The first time. It's not, I'm a Marine, man.
No.
I'm a real fucking man.
You guys talking about this together is so gay.
I'm actually looking for a gentleman to help shave me. I mean, I don't mean that in any kind of a gay way. Just somebody who's really well built. You know, maybe
a Marine?
work out. Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, guys, I've been with a lot of girls, and they fucking love it. Because it's not nasty down there. They love it. They're more apt, way more apt, to go down there and fucking suck on your balls if there's nothing on them.
You know what the best is, though? If a girl's licking your balls and you just start turtling against her chin. That really...
Fucking guy kills me.
All right, Mike.
See you, buddy. Thanks.
All right, thanks, guys.
Let's go to Marvin in Kentucky. Marvin Nash. What's up, Marvin?
Oh, not a heck of a lot. Just listening to you guys, see what's going on.
All right.
I figured I'd better kind of express myself. I'm a fan of the Philipphile also. I mean, it kind of stinks to hear y'all bashing them, but, you know, I've learned to respect y'all for what y'all do, the radio station and the big brass balls you have. And I've kind of respected the Philipphile. I've listened to him a lot longer than I have y'all, and it's kind of sad, but, you know, I respect both of y'all for what you believe in and what you do.
Well, it says on the comments here you're torn because you like both shows.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to be torn. If you like both shows, then like both shows. The reality is we have real problems with Howard Stern because of some of the crap he pulled behind the scenes when we were working for the same company. But here's the reality. There's a lot of our fans that also enjoy Howard. So this isn't about, well, you better choose one show or the other, God damn it.
Yeah, make a decision.
Yeah, I hate to be man on the fence and have to decide, but no, sir, I'm going to listen to both of y'all for what you do for the radio. I mean, I listen to Howard Stern. I didn't like him. In all honesty, I think he's a pompous ass. I mean, that's my total outlook. I think y'all are a lot better radio show. That's why I have listened to y'all. Y'all are, you know, more out there, in your face kind of radio, and that's what I like.
Thank you,
then I go back to, you know, listen to Philipphile. He's got his own little personality.
Well,
yeah, you know, he's a little dry.
No, what's great about that? It's kind of like having a visit with your grandma. Every once in a while, you just
without the big.
Every once in a while, you just need that visit from Grandma. Sit down, have some tea.
You've been hanging and partying with your friends and having a good time
all weekend. You're really
hanging out,
hungover.
chicks, sex, all kinds of fun stuff. And then sometimes You just want to sit with Grammy.
Sometimes you just want
sit with Grandma.
a nice
Let her
home-cooked
relax.
meal from Grandma.
Yeah, a wholesome kiss.
Listen to her talk about her corns.
No, it's cold in here. No. It was so damp today. Ugh.
Yep, exactly.
You got to admit, dude, even if you're a Phillips File fan, you got to admit, Moira really does say some just nonsensical, unfunny, I need to talk now shit.
Yeah, and really, I don't like that. You do hit that pretty much head on. You know, she does a lot of times say just crap. You want to just reach over and smack her, and she stops. You know, Jim from saying things. I think it'd be a better show if he was allowed to say. But you know, he's on regular radio, so he can't say crap like that.
Hey, Marvin,
so, you know,
Marvin, I'm going to make a prediction. You call back in 2 or 3 months. You're going to love this show.
Well,
you're still a little too new. You're a little too new still. You know, people are still trying to figure us out. You know, they're listening, but they're not really sure. Trust me, the virus will hit you.
The
buddy.
virus is spread. You got the sniffles right now.
You got the
That's what
sniffles.
you got.
You'll have the full-blown virus
You'll
in
be
3 months.
coughing up blood in 3 months.
That's right.
I hope not, but you never know.
Thank you, Marvin.
Appreciate y'all. I'm going to sign out and let somebody else get in there. I do appreciate you.
Okay, see you later.
There you go. See, that's,
Marvin from Kentucky.
And that's how you do honest radio right there. That's what it's all about. Oh, look at this. Kelly in Philly. Kelly!
Hi, guys.
What's up,
I
Kelly?
want to say, Jimmy, I love that you shaved because Philly girls are going to do so much better with a guy that shaves.
Whoa.
Girls don't like hair ups down here.
Kelly, Philly girls never let me get far enough to show them because I'm a wispily pubed man to begin with. I don't have a lot of hairs down there, as I say. Just a few.
You get the soft pubes there, Jimmy?
I really do.
What do you get? Is it like a Chinaman's chin?
You know what it looks like?
Just a few little stragglers?
You ever gently stroke the head of, say, an 18-month-old? The way there's hairs on the top of the head, but it's like soft skin underneath. They're wispy and gentle.
That's what you have down there.
Absolutely. And my mule also smells like Similac. Huh?
You're not going to have a prickly problem then.
I hope not.
Nah, not at all.
I'm not a hairy guy. My bag is not hairy. Let me touch it right now. I don't have
Oh,
to
stop.
No, I'm just talking.
Don't touch your... Get your
It's
hands out
hanging.
of your
My
fucking
balls
pants.
are so soft. I don't shave it at all or clip it. Those little fellas are just soft.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, what you need to do is you need to shave down first and then shave out to the sides and then shave up, and that's how you don't get any razor burn.
Okay, thank you. What do you put on razor burn if you get it, though?
You just kind of have to deal with it. Usually some lotion helps. And if you rub it in there real good,
saliva.
you can get me to come down there and I'll help you out with that one.
Would you really?
Oh, and powder up a
Yeah.
little bit. Powder
I
up.
can certainly
What?
stroke that really good for
Powder?
you.
Who was that?
Thank you, Kelly.
Who was that chick
Oh,
that was
you're
on our
welcome,
old
guys.
show with that powder?
Jeremy?
What's the name? She came in with the Gold Bond, I guess.
Right.
But there was a new one in a blue bottle, and she suggested that this is after you shower to powder up your balls with the blue stuff.
Wasn't it mentholated?
Holy S.
Yeah. It was mentholated.
Burns like no one's
Really
business.
burned. It was her little joke.
Especially right after a shower. No, then the guys started calling and going, no, dude, I do that for a nice little tingle after a shower.
Good luck. Put some Ben Gay on it.
Let's say hi to Brian in North Carolina. Brian?
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Hey.
Hey, man.
A little just piece of advice. You kind of stepped on my toes there, Opie. What you want to do is just get some of the regular baby powder after you dry yourself off, after you shower.
You could use
And
the baby as
put a
an applicator.
just put a little bit on there, but, the only issue there is if you use too much and you start sweating, you end up looking like you got, like, jizz flakes down there. So just use sparingly.
Yeah, I don't have like a particularly sweaty, awful crotch. I'm not going to powder it. I just want to know what to put over, because there's nothing under it. Like, I have no hair under my balls, so it's not there that I need to worry about. It's above the pubic region where I really don't sweat anyway. I mean, above the mule in the pubic region, so it's like it's not a sweat issue for me.
Well, no matter what you do, it's going to itch on some level, so you got to do something. That would be the best way. It worked for me.
Until you get used to it, eventually it goes away, right, the itch?
Exactly. For the first week, you might need that, and then, you can take the training wheels off.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Brandon's saying,
Party
don't shave it all the way. It'll itch too much. Someone is saying use a beard trimmer.
A beard trimmer? No.
Scott from Indiana, he wants you to use women's shaving foam.
Yeah, hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Bonzo Tits. Use, women's shaving foam because it's got like conditioner and sticks around longer. And I can't believe the one lady didn't recommend that. But I use it to shave with because you know how you kind of like shave over the same spot twice. You can still feel it there.
Okay. Anthony, are you amazed at this?
No, I
There's
could
some shaving
see
going on out there.
There's a lot of shaving going on.
A lot of shaving going on.
Occasionally, if it's unkempt, you will take the scissors and, do a little trim, trim the hedges. But you never take it down to the lawn. You don't just eliminate them completely like Jimmy did.
I want a gravel driveway.
You just want nothing.
Nothing.
I don't know.
I want to try it, see if I like it.
Got to kind of take the scissor, and if you got like the Bozo head or the Larry Fine happening,
Hey, I'm warning you. Trim my hair, Mo.
You got to kind of just clip the sides. But other than that, no, there's no razors involved, nothing like that.
All right. And someone is suggesting.
Then you got to hide the huge clumps of hair. Well, you live alone. You don't have guests, do you? Aside from
I don't do it on the dining room table. I don't.
Well, what do? You flush down the toilet or you put it in the garbage?
Stand over the bowl.
Over the bowl?
When I use scissors,
just wondering what you do with it.
No, I think you're going right down that Howard Hughes road again. You have to hide your pubic hair.
Hide your hairs.
Did anyone else hear that? I'm like,
urine.
hide. I trim right over the bowl.
Yeah.
Flush, I'm done.
Oh, I didn't know what you were trimming.
You're hiding your pubic
There's
hair
no
after you trim
mirror.
up.
Where's your mirror over the toilet?
You look down.
You have a mirror over the toilet? You said you trimmed it in front of a mirror.
I don't need a mirror.
Why do you need a mirror?
In my bathroom.
To do your sack? No, you lift it up?
I don't do the sack.
Look. You said you shaved your sack.
No, I said I don't need to shave my sack.
Dude,
you don't listen on this
it's
program.
It's not like people are going to be like, oh, nice haircut. No one, I mean, as long as it's close enough, you're just like looking down, clip right into the bowl.
That's exactly what I do, right over the toilet.
That's
I
all
straddle
you
the
do.
toilet.
All right, I thought you were doing it in front of a mirror.
You're
no, I have a mirror there.
You got to style it.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You got to get the...
Anthony's got a comb.
I give mine the George Clooney.
And it's got a footstool, so his pubic hair is
a couple of years ago,
in the mirror.
I was cutting it into the Rachel.
Well, if I don't dry it, it just gets so curly.
Right.
I have to dry it. No, I don't.
It curls up. You got to blow dry it.
I have a big mirror in front of my bathroom. I do it in front of the mirror.
Okay.
Which happens to be over my toilet and my sink.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
But I straddle the bowl right in the thing, flush.
But then goes hide it.
Well, I was thinking if you were throwing it into your waste paper basket.
How much hair do you got down there? I got a couple little
clippings
that fall into the toilet.
Anytime there's any errant hairs lingering around your bathroom, you kind of look at it and wonder where it came from.
What do you think I do? Straddle my white couch and just trim it right there and leave it by a pillow?
I think I'm in a little deep here, deeper than I intended on going.
I think so, too.
I'm just saying that if there's this clump of hair that isn't just normal, everyday hair that ends up on the sink or the floor or something, you would wonder where it came from.
Are you working for a toupee company on the side?
Yeah.
Where you have to hide until they come by?
Maury's pubes don't fall out.
Fuck him, that cigarette hijacking Mick. What am I, a schmuck on wheels? I want my money, Henry.
He's hiding his pubic hair now, Jimmy.
No, if you cut off a clump, if you're cutting off the sides, like I said, the Larry Fine,
sure,
you would take it, and if you decide to throw it away in the waste paper basket, you have to roll it up in like a little bit of toilet paper first and throw it if you're not flushing it.
Oh no, you don't. I right in the
because then you'd look and go like, I can't leave that there. If a guest comes over and you sit on the bowl and take a little look into your garbage, you gotta watch what you put in your bathroom garbage.
You're worried about your plumbing. That's why you're not flushing it in the toilet.
No, my plumbing's good. I flush them wipes
down there.
I flush them wipes down there all the time. That's all. I'm just saying you don't want this clump of hair that doesn't look like you just maybe clean the drain. Okay, you clean the drain of your shower. Maybe there's a little hair in there. And you clean it out and you throw it into the garbage. That is obviously the shower hair in the garbage. If there's just this cut of pubes laying there, then any guest would be like, oh, boy, look, there's a big clump of pubes.
You don't have guests.
You are absolutely right.
So why
No,
are you
occasionally people are over my house. There are guests that come over sometimes. Like, let's say Barry Shapiro's coming over to do some tax stuff.
That's not a guest.
And he's got to use the bathroom.
That's an annoyance.
I don't want him looking, and he knows enough about my financial state. I don't want him to know about my pubes. And that there's a big tuft of hair in the garbage.
How do you actually clean like that? You know that the shower drain? Because like when I first moved into my place, it was all conked up. I actually just take it and suck whatever's on it off.
Yeah.
I did that like the first day I moved in. I just sucked the bottom of the shower drain.
That is really disgusting.
Suck that hair and scrape my teeth against it until it's nice and clean.
My shower was backing up after about, 3 years of using it, and I had to go in. I went in, got a hanger. Hanger. Is it hanger or hanger, people?
Hanger.
Is it like linger or singer?
Hanger.
It's hanger?
Hanger.
I took a hanger. A hanger.
Just say tuition saver.
All right. You unravel it, and I shoved it down the drain and started doing a roto-rooter thing, and pulled up. It was a Wookiee that came out of the drain, a wet Wookiee, just this mass of hair.
Why not Drano?
Yeah,
it was beyond Drano.
Drano is
amazing.
It
was beyond Drano cutting through this. It was such a lump of, and I was so disgusted, I couldn't look at it. I had to do it by almost by touch. I had to wrap it up in toilet paper.
I didn't know you very well.
It was so utterly disgusting.
All right, coming up on the program, we're going to talk about septic tanks.
Septic tank. We were almost there.
That's right.
We were right there at the toilet level.
And why their show should be broadcast from one.
Big Will, what's up?
Yeah, I wanted to tell Jimmy I'm glad he took some time out to watch some different porn other than tranny porn. I've seen his review in Hustler this week.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to your review in Hustler yet.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was awesome, man.
Thank you, buddy.
All right. Here it is. Don't use blue Gold Bond. Steve in Austin, what's up?
Hey, you screwed up with the Gold Bond powder. If you're using the blue bottle, that's foot powder. And that hurts way worse because I used it by mistake one time. That's no good. You got to use the light green bottle.
I used it because it was suggested by this lady on the old show, and man, does it burn.
Yeah.
All right, punch it out.
And that's all we got on that. All right. Anyway, moving on to other things. Are we done with Jim and his pubes? And
yes, we are.
And Anthony and his OCD? And
I don't have OCD. I am the furthest person from OCD. My God.
Got some phobias, though.
Phobias? Yeah, maybe a couple of phobias.
Some foibles.
I have my way of doing things.
Quirks.
I call it my way of doing things.
I call it Anthony's quirks and foibles.
No foibles. I shave my foibles.
Do you know what Donkey Sausage actually told me to do to take away any itch? He said use some clear deodorant over it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if that works. Maybe because
Is she becoming your advisor?
No.
She's advising him on everything.
On a lot of stuff.
Who got the grout out of your wood floor? Who?
Her.
And now she's giving you advice on your pube shaving.
That's right. Any time, there's any type of maintenance to be done, she's very helpful.
She help you with your decorating or anything?
She also helped me Photoshop the Ozzy picture that I got signed. I had not Photoshopped. It was a glare from the XM sign that I had to take out.
Holy crap, you got her involved with that?
Yeah, why?
Just brought back a memory from the last Ozfest in Philly.
Oh, I thought that was bad today.
What?
Him and his celebrity photos.
Yeah.
He whoever's around has to take the picture, and it's not bad. It's not bad enough that you're panicking like you're not going to get a good picture of Jimmy and the celebrity.
Screw it up, and you're done.
I got a picture with him, and I believe it was Rob Zombie, right?
Rob Zombie.
And I was proud, and I'm like, look, Jimmy, look at this picture. You and Zombie can see each other's faces perfectly, Nice expressions on both your faces. He's like, God damn it. I'm like, what? Look at the glare in between us.
Oh,
we were standing in front of a glass door. There was just a glare in between us. It looked weird. That was all. It was just like in between the two faces, there's like this little white. I wasn't mad at you. I was just, it was like,
you were just mad at the picture because it has to be perfect. And I'm like, but no one's going to care. Ends up photoshopping the crap out of it to get
it out.
To get rid
I
of the
did.
glare.
It looked perfect. I just had Rob Zombie sign that picture last week in Philly.
See?
But the same thing happened where she was helping you get
with
that
the
out of
Ozzy
glare?
picture right out here. Just it bounced off the thing, but she did a perfect job with it. Yeah. And now my Tony Iommi photo.
Oh, my
I am having Photoshop just because of the glare. There was sun behind me, and it was a tent in Philly.
Yep.
And it's so bright behind my head. A little bit of my head is kind of like washed, very little bit. So I'm trying to have that
just the levels,
just the brightness taken out of it. Yeah, but I don't change anything in the Photoshop. Just remove glare.
All right, let's say hi to Jeremy the
Ed
trucker.
Hey guys.
Hey. Okay.
Listen,
I'm calling out of concern. If you guys don't perform some sort of intervention, Anthony's going to end up like Mr. Pratt at the end of Creep Show.
What's the matter, Mr. Pratt? Bugs got your tongue?
That's good, Jeremy.
I am really like Mr. Pratt. I hang out in my place, look out the window, and just complain about people. Look at them. Bugs. They're all bugs.
All right, Jeremy.
He had it knocked. All the new technology.
Tasty water today. Okay, Lance Armstrong, congratulations to you, blah, blah, blah. Is he retiring?
7. Yeah.
8, right? Or 7?
He's done. Won his 7th Tour de France.
That must annoy them so much.
Oh, of course it does.
An American with one nut smashing their faces.
Just beat you. 7.
7th Tour de France.
That is amazing, though. Is it?
Now retiring, finally.
Is it that nobody else can ride a bicycle? Is that what it is? This guy is that good.
You know,
nobody even comes close to this guy.
He's like Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Let me explain.
Well, he's not
Before Tiger Woods, golf was for just old fogies, basically.
Uh-huh.
And Tiger Woods made golf a very hip sport.
Right.
Now everyone's playing golf all over the place, young, and it just got a hipness factor to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I'm going to explain, the Lance Armstrong, everyone is riding bikes now. It is insane. Like Central Park in the morning when I come, I take my skates to get to work.
Right.
Everyone is looking like Lance Armstrong in the morning at 5 a.m., bicycling their asses off. And it's because he's just made this top of mind, just over-the-top popular.
Are they wearing yellow bicycling jerseys?
They look like they're in the Tour de France. It's not like they're just jumping on a bike to get a little exercise before work.
They dress up.
They got teams in the park at 5 a.m. They got they all have their biking uniforms with their head guy. It's like you guys are just getting a little exercise. The state-of-the-art bikes.
Remember when everybody
not just a few, dude. The Central Park at 5 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, what have you, is ridiculous. How many guys are trying to be the next Lance Armstrong, and the women actually as well.
Remember everybody wearing the shark hat for golf? When everybody wore the little cowboy hat like the Shark wore.
Okay,
the Australian guy.
What's a shark hat?
Greg Norman hat?
Yeah, Greg Norman. For
right.
a while, everybody was wearing that. It's like, dude, don't wear the shark hat.
That's when you know
like a
someone,
cowboy hat kind of looking thing.
That's when you know someone is having an influence on the sport. When
all
of a sudden it just becomes the thing to do. I'm sure it's happening in your neighborhood. Everyone is dressing up like Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
It used to be, I want to get a little exercise, throw on some sweats, and bike around for an hour or a half hour before work, whatever. Now these guys are just ridiculous in the park. Ridiculous.
And nobody else, none of these professional bicyclists can beat this guy. All these years in a row.
Pretty amazing.
Can't beat this guy.
Pretty amazing. It really is pretty amazing if you think about it.
It really is. You think they come up with one guy that comes close.
Right.
He kicked ass.
Well, that's on the front page of Newsday.
Who's he fucking? Sheryl Crow?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I like to bike when I'm in my gym. That's the exercise I do.
You get on the bike?
A lot, yeah. It doesn't hurt my foot.
Hey, before we talk about the Times Scare thing, we were talking about pubes and all that stuff.
Of course we were.
And, I got to be honest, the show got a little gay the last half hour or so. A little gay.
It didn't.
This isn't the gay channel on XM. It got a little gay.
Dude, I'm not saying anything gay. I just wanted the guy just to hold my
saying
junk
a little
and
gay.
shave it.
A little gay,
you're right.
Just cup it gently.
A little gay. So I want to, get the gayness out of the show here. Wendy!
Hello?
Wendy on Long Island. What's up, Wendy?
Hi.
Wendy! How was your weekend, Wendy?
That was good. How was yours?
It was great. I was in Southampton all weekend long, worrying about lawsuits.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Wendy, were you in Colorado, Wendy?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Well, what would you like to do, Wendy?
Wendy?
I wanted to play Guess What's in My Pants.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Okay.
And when do you think we should play Guess What's in My Pants?
Wendy!
Possible!
I'm home.
All right, Wendy. Well, we need a little background info on the gal.
God, there are probably a ton of new listeners that have never heard Guess What's in My Pants.
Guess What's in My Pants? We haven't played in so long.
Right. All right, Wendy, we're going to play Guess What's in My Pants with your fine young body. How old are you?
21.
21 years old. You're driving to work?
Yeah.
Remember, no hints or clues as to what you have down there.
Theme song. This is
okay.
This is the portion where we get to know the Guess What It's in my pants participant.
And this going to be a little rough for her to do, driving?
Where are
I'm
you?
gonna pull over.
Yeah, pull over.
LIE?
No, I'm on the northern state.
Somewhere secluded.
Oh, yeah, that's a great road to pull over on. Jesus, what's
No,
wrong
I'm
with
gonna
you?
get off at the next exit.
Are you going to have a picnic like the Puerto Ricans like to do? Saw that again this weekend. What is up with the side of the Northern State Parkway?
The picnic.
The Southern State Parkway, and
Yeah.
even the Long Island Expressway at times.
Yes.
Car breaks down. While you wait for a tow truck, might as well have a picnic.
The coolers come out,
It's
the blankets,
amazing.
the little hibachi. They start cooking things. It's called a picnic. It's a very derogatory term for these things, but when you have Spanish people having a picnic, you can't help but say it that way.
All right, Wendy, find a spot to pull over.
Okay.
What do you look like, first of all?
I'm about 5'4". I'm pretty muscular because I'm a gymnast.
Oh,
Gymnast, that's not bad.
This shit again.
No! Shut up!
5'4", muscular.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have long brown hair. What do you think? I don't know. Green eyes. Pretty tan.
Nice.
Everyone's tan.
Are you that
summer.
little Dominique Marciano, whatever her name is, gymnast, or the big fire plug type gymnast?
Mary Lou Retton.
Like Mary Lou Rotten.
I'm little like Dominique Montiano.
Ah, there you go. Okay, a little pixie.
Can I ask, not to be off color, may I ask your measurements?
Oh, okay. My bra size is 32C. My waist is like 25, 26. And I don't know how big my hips are. They're small. I'm a pretty small frame.
You're a little petite.
Yeah.
But you got muscular legs?
Yeah, that's pretty muscular.
You got one of those gymnast asses? They're like very perky. They stick out when they do the dismount.
Yeah, I got a good ass.
Nice. How much do you weigh?
About 115.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right.
She's all muscular.
Well, she scared us with the
good.
muscular comment. You're fine, Wendy. You're fine.
Okay.
All right, did you pull over?
Not yet.
All right, as you pull over, Anthony's going to explain how we play Guess What's in My Pants.
Okay.
Here's how we play, people. What Wendy is going to do is take her phone, and she's going to rub it on her most intimate areas.
By the
down
way,
there.
what exit are you on the Northern State Parkway?
I'd rather not say.
Damn it, because we got a lot of people calling from Long Island right now.
Yeah.
All right.
What she's going to do is rub the phone as we instruct her, up and down, side to side, and in a circular fashion, right over her most intimate area. And we must discern from the sound made over the phone what type of hairstyle she has. And those styles, they've changed over the years, but basically it's the big triangle, the standard issue female triangle, which is also the 70s Earth Mama Muff. It could be the pool rack full of afro hair, or kind of trimmed down, but just the triangle, standard issue. Then we have the mohawk, or the landing strip as it's called. That's the strip of hair right up the middle. Looks like a mohawk. Then we have what is called the Hitler mustache. A lot of confusion as to what this is. Hitler mustache is just a tuft of hair. It probably started off as a mohawk, but then you just shave it from the belly button down toward the hole and leave a little Hitler mustache. And then, of course, everybody's favorite, especially today, the wood floor, as we like to call it, also known as the Jean-Benet Ramsey and the Connor Peterson armpit. Jesus. Which, of course, is completely shaved.
All right.
Wendy, are you pulled over?
Just give me 2 seconds. I'm pulling into the parking lot right now.
Okay, cool. Oh, parking lot of where you work?
No.
Oh.
Parking lot, which parking lot?
It's a gas station parking
Not
lot.
gonna. What town are you in? Let's just say that.
Do you really want me to tell you what town?
Yeah, what
people,
town?
Are your crazy people going to come get me?
No, they're going to come get you.
No.
Right. Okay.
What town are you in?
But right now, I guess it's Williston Park or Roslyn.
Okay.
Roslyn.
Hey, what kind of car are you driving? Just because, no, it really matters when we're playing Guess What's in My Pants, because of the sound of the phone within the interior of the car, it throws us off a little bit.
What?
I'm assuming you're probably driving like maybe a Honda or a Toyota.
I think it's an Accord or something.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like over the phone anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we close?
Well, I'm just going to park because there's people in the lot that are close.
Oh, she got to move.
Yeah.
Don't go where your phone craps out.
Yeah.
Someone is asking, because she's Wendy, can Wood Floor be the Scatman Crothers today?
The Scatman with the shaved head.
I like that. It's the Is Anybody Home?
Okay, I'm ready.
Hey, Wendy, can I ask what you're wearing?
Yeah, good point.
I'm wearing just a regular green shirt and black pants.
Okay.
Pants.
What type of undershorts?
A thong.
Oh. What does a girl like you do for a living?
Right now,
you could be vague.
I go to school, and I'm working in an office with a receptionist.
A receptionist, then she goes to school, because she's only 21 years old.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. We don't have the theme song anymore?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, why don't we take this opportunity?
It's time to play. It's time to play. It's time to play. Hey, guess what's in my pants? Place the receiver upon your beaver. It's time to play. Hey, guess what's in my pants? It's time to guess what's in my pants. My pants.
All right, Wendy, are you all situated?
Yes.
Very good. Are your pants down?
Yes.
And your thong is down?
Yes.
You're just sitting there in the driver's seat of your car with your bare ass on the seat and your snatch exposed.
Yes.
Very good. Let's just contemplate that a while. All right. Let that sink in. Wendy, if you would take the phone, please, and rub it in an up and down action.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Did you hear it?
Mm-hmm. Yes, but we need a little more. Just, up and down like 5 times or so.
Okay.
Until you feel a tingle.
All right.
Yeah, there's some problems down there.
Telling.
Okay.
That's telling.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Okay, Wendy, we now need side to side about 5 times, and this is a very important one, so make it good. Ah! What happened? Did she hit the hang-up thing on her phone?
Probably by
with her
accident.
lip? Was it? Did she have a piercing that hit off?
I hope that was just a huge clit that got in the way. God, is that sexy?
Big clit dialing 911.
Oh, a huge clit.
The size of a thumb.
Yeah.
What happened?
Hit the off button.
Big cumbersome appendage on her that just needs to be loved.
Wendy, call back.
Bumping around, text messaging everyone she knows.
Snatch hung up on us.
She can't wear panties. Because it just looks like a mound of mashed potatoes in there. Hey, how come your potatoes have a grape on the end of them? Well, no reason.
Wow. We've never been in this situation before.
We have never had a girl's vagina hang up on us, ever.
Maybe she got us.
No, she definitely
No, it looked like she was playing along, and then... What the... That was disgusting. A dribbler. What happened? I was getting into that one.
You're kidding.
It was telling.
She'll call back.
What happened?
You don't think she panicked on us?
People are blaming Hawk.
No.
It says Hawk with big exclamation
No, it's not
point.
Eric's fault.
Let's say hi to Tom in Delaware. Tom, what's up?
Hey, what's up? I just heard Stern playing that the mom yelling at her son that you guys played last week sometime.
Man, he's
Wow.
just following us
What
now.
happened?
At this point, he's just following our program.
It used to be...
I know he has the XM and the Escalade, but it looks like he's doing a little show prep on the way home every day.
You know, you'd like to think that it is stuff that's available out there somewhere, and you could probably get it. And as, people play things on the air, coincidence is going to happen, and you're going to get things that are played on both shows, and that's fine. It just happens. But there has just been so many that the week after we play something, it ends up over there. Oh, what's going on?
All of radio rips me off.
That's right.
Of course. And I'm sure our listeners won't point it out to them that this audio was already played, right?
Old hat.
All right, thank you, Tom.
All right, punch it
So,
out.
Tom, what do you have on?
Let's go to Rob. Rob, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, Opie?
Hey.
You know, I used to think you were full of shit about that, you know, and I was going to kind of get on you for it. But, you know, listen, it's like you guys just played that last week. You know, even if he's got to know, and to do that, it's just, I don't know, it kind of sucks, you know.
How are they doing it? All bleeped and stuff?
No, you know, I just heard a little bit of it, and then I just turned over, so I really don't know.
There's a lot of
It's
bad language.
I have the MiFi, so I listen to you guys all the time in the truck, but like when it's kind of portable, sometimes it loses a little bit, so you got to have the other antenna on it. But, you know, I'm with you guys now, man.
Thank you, sir.
XM all the way.
I hope the listeners pointed out to him. I mean,
Yeah,
please.
How could, it's just embarrassing, you know?
Well, and then he goes on the air and
All on radio rips me off.
you know, and says that, and then we catch him, you know, almost on a weekly basis at this point. We're
yeah.
finding all these nice little nuggets on the internet, and you know, a week later he plays them. All right, Rob.
Thanks a lot, man. Later.
Thank you. We know he has the XM in his Escalade. We know he listens. There's no doubt in our mind, and there you go.
Find that clip. Find that mother yelling.
That's obviously very important, Anthony. But first, we got to get back to Wendy on Long Island.
Wendy,
what happened?
What happened there?
My phone crapped out.
Crapped out?
Yeah.
Jimmy wants to know if your clit like hung up on us.
No.
No? Did you accidentally press something?
I don't know, because I did it, and then I put the phone back to my ear, and I heard nothing, so.
Does your clit hang over like Ziggy's nose in the cartoon? Over
No.
the fence? All right.
Wendy?
Yes?
Are you in a you can continue? I'm all
Yeah.
flustered. You can continue. Very good. All right, we were going with side to side. Now watch you don't hang up on us again. Rub the phone side to side about 5 times or so. Very good.
This is so obvious it's
Yep,
not even funny.
I know. Now, Wendy, if you would take the phone, rub it in a circular motion around and around, covering the entire area about 5 times.
Hello?
Yeah, this is very, very easy.
Not for me. Can you do that one more time, Wendy, please?
Got it?
Yes. Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else from Wendy?
No.
We're ready with our guess?
Yeah.
Guesses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what do you say, Op?
I'm going to say a wood floor, but with this stipulation.
Yes.
She shaved Friday.
Interesting.
So it's growing in a little bit.
Friday grew in a little bit. All right,
Can't say anything.
Jimmy?
I am also going to guess a wood floor because I think she's a gymnast and she's probably very, very conscientious.
Ooh, very good.
And I don't think she shaved Friday. I think she was on her period and she had diarrhea, so I think she did it Saturday afternoon.
Jesus, Jimmy. I will guess a wood floor, but I am going to say she shaved very recently.
This morning?
Could even be this morning, yeah. If not last night, could even be this morning. She's very proud of it, wants to show it off, and being a gymnast, yeah, very clean and nice down there. Anyone else? No.
Hawk?
They're the only 3 that really matter.
All right.
All right. Wendy, if you would please let us know at this time, Wendy, what is in your pants?
Wood floor, just shaved this morning.
Yeah! Yes! I kick ass!
I think you trumped us, even though we all said wood floor.
We all said wood floor. Was I right, though, at least about the diarrhea?
No. Yeah, that was the classic, let me tell you, the classic sound of a wood floor. That was textbook. If you had to make a WAV file and store it in the Library of Congress and label it what a wood floor sounds like over a cell phone being rubbed on a girl's snatch, that would be the sound you use. Textbook.
And don't forget, people, you can get your official Guess What's in My Pants t-shirt.
I actually had to hear that circular one again because I thought I heard like a little, like when it bumps over something.
You know something? There was not the sound didn't change through all three procedures. Through the circular, it didn't change at all, side to side. There was no change in the sound. Consistent, raspy sound means wood floor.
Wendy?
Yeah?
Thanks for playing Guess What's in My Pants.
No problem. Bye, guys.
Bye.
It's time to play. It's time to play. It's time to play. Hey, guess what's in my pants? Place the receiver upon your beaver. It's time to play. Hey, guess what's in my pants? It's time to guess what's in my pants. My pants.
The very worst of the Opie and Anthony FU line.
Yeah, I want to give a fuck you, you damn assholes. Fuck you, you damn assholes. Fuck you, you damn assholes. To that voice that says, shut up, you damn assholes.
Fuck Howard Stern. He ain't shit. He thinks he's shit, but he ain't shit. You guys kill him.
Yeah, I'm about to send a big old FU to the airline security. They kicked my grandma off the airplane. She just had her set of knitting needles, and is afraid she's going to knit a napkin.
I'd like to give a big FU to Anthony. What kind of asshole picks on a retard like Big A for saying photographer when he can't even say finger? FU, Anthony.
Yeah, this is Ryan from Portland. I'd like to give a big fuck you to the goddamn car in front of me. Bad enough we're going 20 miles an hour. Why does this guy have to be the guy who, despite whether we're going fast or slow, has to give at least 5 fucking car lengths between me and the guy in front of me? I'd like to leave a great big fuck you to that fucking cunt in a Mercedes that cut me off in Chicago yesterday.
I want to give a big fuck you to Frenchie, who didn't have the fucking balls or courage to call in on Bastille Day, you faggot motherfucker. Impatient cocksucker.
Call the Opie and Anthony FU line at 1-866-FU line 1. 1-866-FU line 1. Well, fuck you very much.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was #1 at the box office over the weekend. I saw that movie. It was good.
You did?
You saw it? Johnny Depp doing a great Jim Carrey impression throughout the whole movie.
Is that what it is? Really?
I think you're thinking Jim Carrey when you're looking at Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka.
He's doing a Jim Carrey, what, like kind of The Mask? Or Jim Carrey?
A little of everything. A little Ace.
Yeah.
Little Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura, yeah.
The Mask, sure. A little of everything. Yeah, really good movie, though. Not a bad remake, even though I think that's why they changed the name of the movie. They don't want people to think remake.
It's not a remake? Kind of different storyline?
No, it's pretty much the same storyline.
Do the kids all go in, try out little things, and one by one they get eliminated?
It is the same movie.
Oh, okay.
You know, Tim Burton's twist maybe, but it's the same movie. But I was very suspicious when the movie came out. They're not calling it Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. They're just calling it Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Because I think, you know, remakes in Hollywood, even Hollywood knows now that...
well, the book was called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And then the original movie they made, they changed it to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
But why wouldn't they just call this Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Because it was the book. It's a movie about the book. I don't know. That seems to be what they were going for.
I
the
think,
original name.
I think Hollywood doesn't want, you know, everyone thinking, uh-oh, remake, this is going to blow.
Even though it was a remake.
Even though it was a remake. Then Wedding Crashers in second place. Does this matter?
Does this matter?
Does it matter?
No.
They do it on TV and in the paper, so I figured maybe we should do this, the top 5 movies of the weekend. But
maybe if we saw them. You saw the one.
You know what? I bet you I could even just hide, and you could figure out what the top 5 are. Obviously, it's the top 5 movies that are advertised the most on TV. That's all this is about.
That's what people go to.
Just makes me hate the public more.
The Penguin movie didn't make the top 5.
Oh, I saw the stupid commercial for the Penguin all weekend long.
They're saying that movie's one of the best movies of the year.
You know, it's presented like a very family-friendly kid type movie where it's all cutesy and they show little penguins. Isn't there a scene in there when they get ripped up when they're getting ripped apart by lion seals?
Oh yeah,
that'll be a little distressing to the children.
Anyway.
Mommy, why is the penguin's intestines all over?
Anyway, Wedding Crashers in second place.
He ripped off his flippers. Penguin's just rolling around like a bleeding oval. A bloody bowling pin.
Steve, what'd I tell you?
I'm sorry, dude. Every once in a while.
Him.
And this is when the penguin will roll around in the sky after the lion seal bites his feet off.
Exactly. That is extremely accurate.
The lion seal is tattooed and has little boy shorts on.
Steve.
You do look like a big lion seal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyway, Wedding Crashers.
Ramon, bite off my flippers. Dude, they killed the seal.
We will get into that in a second. I did observe that whole thing going down. Wedding Crashers, second place.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying go see Wedding Crashers.
People say it's funny.
Haven't seen it yet.
It is. Very funny.
Fantastic Four in third place. Anyone see Fantastic Four yet? Good?
It's a comic book. If you can just suspend disbelief.
No, it's not. It's a movie.
Well, okay. I apologize. It's not Spider-Man. It's not like, it's not rooted in any kind of reality. It's very much a movie version of a comic book.
It's not Spider-Man. It's not rooted in any type of reality.
Well, no,
like Spider-Man was.
No, Spider-Man.
What are you talking about, Steve?
Sorry, that was.
Jesus.
It was
Steve. Let me turn you.
Spider-Man is real.
Oh, yes. Jesus H. Christ.
He was bitten by a radioactive spider, and he shoots webbing.
Steve, let me turn down your mic. You're at a -2 PGM right now. I gotta lower.
-2 PGM.
Oh my lord!
Just gotta lower you a little bit.
Sorry.
You and your booming
radio
production voice. Anyway, so thumbs up or down with the Fantastic Four?
It was fun. It was fun. I mean, it wasn't. I honestly, thumbs down if you're looking for something like a Batman or a Spider-Man.
It's not rooted in reality like Jurassic Park.
Oh. I meant in the. Gee, I'm not going to dig myself out of this.
Why?
All right. In the sense that, like.
Quality fucking time, sweetheart.
You could actually think that.
Shut
up! I'm not talking anymore.
Oh, Steve.
I know.
Stop. You know we joked a little bit, and then now we need the real answer, so go ahead.
Of course, I understand that. Yeah. So, in the sense that Spider-Man would actually, you would actually think that there were actual places and real places within New York City that Spider-Man could actually go to.
Shut up, you damn asshole. Shut up, you damn asshole. Shut up.
Because there's the city. It's New York City.
Right, it's New York City. But Fantastic Four, I don't think was rooted in New York. I think there was some actual fictional city, one of those metropolis kind of things.
What, Phillips is funny?
No shit.
I stepped on the cliff, got on my
okay.
dumb.
Well,
it is actually realistic because you look at Danny and you can picture him painting himself green and just flying around throwing grenades.
Holy shit. You are so mean to Danny.
I love Danny.
You're mean to him,
Dude, I love Danny.
Let's say hi to Dave in Connecticut.
Maybe we should take Danny to a barber.
Go ahead, Dave.
Hey, guys, I wanted to know what kind of animal a lion seal is. Did you guys mean like a sea lion or a seal or something?
No. It's a seal that roars. We don't know.
Weren't they talking about that on the in the review for the Penguin movie?
No, but it's called a sea lion, not a lion seal, is what that caller is
I
pointing
think there's
out.
I don't know. Isn't there
I really don't
sea
know.
lion and a lion seal? Let me see. I'll look. I like making
Can you
sure
remove that faggoty ringer, please? It's the Beverly Hills Cop theme he has on his thing. It's awful.
Consider it removed, Jimmy.
How about something more masculine, like Eternal Flame with Robert Reed's voice in the background?
Ooh.
So,
nothing on that?
Yeah.
All right.
I guess
if I was listening, maybe I would have gave you something.
Opie.
Fantastic Four in third place. You know what? I hate to admit this. What's the island about?
Exactly. It is a
don't know.
huge budget Michael Bay movie. I mean, a lot of buzz. It was supposed to be really good. Grossed $12 million.
It's an island full of clones is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a movie about clones, Robin.
All of radio rips me off.
Of course they do, Howard. As you play something we played last week. What is it about, though?
It's about
what's the synopsis?
Futuristic movie where like the rich people can pay for clones to be constructed so they can harvest body parts when they get sick.
Right.
And these two clones.
It's not based in reality like Lord of the Rings.
Exactly. It's entirely fictional.
Yeah, there's an island full of clones.
Yeah, there's an island full of clones that are used specifically to harvest body parts. So when rich people get sick, you can replace, a kidney or a lung.
And then the clones realize what they're being used for, and of course there's some kind of rebellion.
Tell him, Fred.
Clones, Robin.
That sounds good, actually.
Island full of clones.
It was supposed to be, and the buzz on it was that it was going to be good. And
it sounds good. It looks good from the trailers I saw. The effects look really good.
Yeah.
And
wait, Scarlett Johansson's in the movie?
Yes, she is.
Well, now I gotta go see the damn thing. It's getting a 41% rating on RottenTomatoes.com.
That's a Rotten Tomato, isn't it?
That's a Rotten Tomato, Anthony. Yes.
Not good.
Maybe we could get some of the funner reviews. We like reading the ones that are silly. All right, and then in 5th place, Bad News Bears. That was the movie I wanted to go see. I was sold out, so I had to go with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Gee, you're just in a kid kind of mood, weren't you?
Yeah. I wanted to see Bad News Bears, but that was sold out, so I went to Charlie and the Factory. Sat next to a tot. Hands wander.
Dude. Bottom of the popcorn box. It's kind of cut out.
Dude, and I got to mention again, we all hate going to the movies on the weekend.
Yes, we do.
And I broke my own rule because I was like, well, let's go to a movie.
Which theater?
Down there on 110 there, way down.
In Huntington?
Yeah, down past
I thought you went in the city here.
And all that. No, I did a little weekend on Long Island. Little Long Island weekend.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you went to the big one by Republic Airport.
Yeah, massive.
Yep.
Where you go there and it's just cattle.
Yeah, cattle.
Cattle, where you got to go up and down, up and down, up and down till you finally get to the ticket window.
20,000 theaters in there.
And I don't know why, man. I'm sitting there and my skin's crawling.
What?
Well, you hate the cell phones and all that. We've talked about
it. I hate everything in the movies.
I cannot stand listening to people eat popcorn. It drives me nuts to a point I can't even control my frustration with it.
Is it when you're sitting there before the whole movie thing starts? Or the quiet parts of the movie?
Well, when the previews are going, in between previews when it gets quiet for a second or two, whatever, or they just have music before the voiceover, you could hear just a little.
Yeah.
But when the feature's about to start and it's really quiet,
yep.
I almost have to leave the theater.
Termites.
I don't know what it is, but it drives me nuts to listen to people eat popcorn.
That is really annoying.
It's brutal, and if you're in a theater that's completely filled. It's unbelievable. It's like you said. It sounds like Locust.
Yeah.
And it's one of my things that I just cannot stand. Dude, I cannot stand it on any level. Like I'm putting my fingers in my ears. Like, oh my God, please, more noise in this theater to drown out the popcorn eating.
Yeah.
And then everyone ripping open their bags. So
I open my Twizzlers very quietly.
I'm so glad the movie industry, figured out packaging that is nice and quiet. Holy shit! It's already annoying enough that you got to watch these movies with other animals. But now you got to listen to everyone opening up their little treats, bags of goodness.
That's why I love a nice big screen TV, my own couch, and that's it.
When is the cable industry going to figure out that, you throw these new releases right on TV right away?
They will.
Even like make it like a $50 charge if you have to.
Ooh,
there's a market for that.
A little much.
Yeah, not
maybe
really.
if you're going to have a bunch of people over
That's
and
right,
charge them.
But not really, yeah. If all of a sudden you're like, you get a bunch of people and say, hey, we're gonna watch Bad News Bears in the comfort of my, living room or down in my den with my great sound system.
Well, exactly, but how do you regulate it then? How do you regulate it? How do you prevent people from inviting 100 people over to watch?
There's bootlegging it.
There's a market, because then I'm sitting there, because I haven't been in the movies in a while. And I'm sitting there looking at this screen like, this is so fucking archaic. And I don't even have that great of a system at home. But I'm looking at the screen going, are you kidding me?
Yeah, all grainy. The screen stinks. It's got jujubes on it. It's just ripped.
You could tell the screen's dirty to begin with. Yeah. And then, of course, it's not digital.
Mm-hmm.
It's awful. And then you got to listen to the people opening up their bags of goodness, the popcorn eating. It drove me nuts.
Just go to the movies in the afternoon. When when nobody
Still
else.
Still a stinking movie theater.
Yeah, but
smells like
usually
feet on a carpet.
It's cheap and it's usually empty. If you go at like 2:00 in the afternoon, if you really want to see the movie.
And then Charlie and the Chocolate Factory ends. It was a good movie, and people start applauding.
They're clapping.
What?
I hate that.
Who?
They're gonna bow.
What the? Who's listening to your applauding?
Clapping. Get out of the seat. I want to leave.
Almost like Tim Burton's going to walk from behind the screen and go, oh, thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Applauding.
Sometimes you go to things during the day, there's less people. But then again, if you can't get a date because you're a loser, you have to go with Steve.
Oh, you went to see that play.
Oh, with my fucking fiance.
How was that, by the way?
It was very good. The movie was much better, and I'm not knocking the play. It was very
Really?
good. It was very good.
How do you... Now, I know
liked
this was
it.
your first Broadway play. How do you like the whole Broadway live show experience?
I don't know. I mean...
not into it?
Not as much. I mean, it was cool seeing Alan Alda in person. Even cooler watching him duck into his car and meet nobody. But, yeah, whatever. That's just what he does. Jeffrey Tambor I got a picture with.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got a picture with him?
Yeah.
Wow,
You
nice.
didn't. You got Tambor. You got.
Tom Wopat, too.
Tom Wopat and
Tom
Gordon
Wopat?
Clapp from NYPD Blue.
Is that... Oh, my God. I didn't even realize that was him.
Yeah.
He's taking... See, that's Jimmy. He takes pictures with people and realizes who they are later. I'll just take a photo with everyone on Earth and sort out the
No,
celebrities.
I just got him because he was in the play. I loved him. I didn't realize it was Gordon Clapp. What a dope I am. Okay, I
Yes.
just didn't make the connection until you said that. Thank you.
But it was good. Yeah, but not like a movie.
Dude,
You
there was
don't-
a woman in front of us. She was so lonely and old, and she was just talking to us. And I swear to God, she looked like me.
Yeah.
She had like
Jesus.
stringy cancer hair, and she looked like me. And she was talking. And what did she ask if we have any She asked if we had any something. This would help the story a lot.
Yes, it
Because
would.
I just remember her walking across the aisle and striking up a conversation with the elderly woman who she thought was a movie star.
Oh, yeah, she's like, are you an actress? And the lady who's, like, just shitting her pants because she's so old goes, no. And she's like, just
No.
talks to her. But then she asked us if we had something, and Steve leaned over and goes, a syringe full of Windex? He was implying that he wanted to murder her with it.
Right there in the
But I wish I could remember
theater.
her question. So, yeah, it was kind of cool, but, you know. I love Alan
Good
Alda.
seats. We had really good seats.
Best seats in the house, yeah. I want a picture with Alan Alda.
Would you go to another show?
I don't know.
Yeah? Maybe a musical next time?
Absolutely not.
Musicals on Broadway are kind of cool.
Are they?
You know what it is? Because the sound is so big and
Yeah.
so live, and the singing is very, it's very up front.
Maybe, I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing Spamalot.
You
I heard
really
that's
should.
very funny.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
All right.
Well, we'll see if there's any guys available to go with me. I can't get a chick to call me back. What a zilch.
Getting back to the movies, did anyone see the Bad News Bears?
No.
Nothing.
No. That's not a movie I would go to. There are very few movies I actually go to the theater for.
Why are you
big
saying it like
action
that?
movie. Because somebody's goofing on me that I said theater.
You did say theater.
I don't say theater. I say theater.
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 You sounded it. You sounded it out perfectly.
It's Krista, the blind girl from Long Island. I remember you, Krista.
Yes, you messed up the word theater. We can just add that. You said theater.
I know, I heard it too.
What do you say?
Theater.
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 You said theater.
That was probably just a fuck up that I throw in there once. I don't say it like theater.
Let's not point out every time, Anthony.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I went to the movies, sir.
It's the Opie and Betty Davis show.
Great. Well, that's good. I say theater wrong there, Krista. Why don't you read me some of the paper?
Aha. Sonar. Aha.
Damn, I don't have the computer on. Otherwise, I would have done it for you.
Yeah, you would have. When was the last time you went to the movies?
It's been a while, actually.
Yeah.
What did I see?
What you call it, the Hearies?
Jesus. Put a rubber face in it, Ant.
Jesus, Ant. It's just one lousy word. Calm down.
No. Ant goes right for the throat. So how does it feel not being able to drive or see a loved one? All right. Well, thanks for the call. God, Ant.
Let's see. The last movie I saw was Are We There Yet? It was sad.
Let me ask you, were you really upset when you started to fall in love with Sidney Poitier and Shelley Winters was kind of cock-blocking the whole thing? I mean, I'm just saying.
Selena.
What?
Do you still have that sculpture you made for Lionel Richie? Anyone?
That was a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Video. You win no pop culture, Jimmy.
You go to the movies now?
I don't watch. I remember when I had
I
my
love
iPod.
how she said, let me see, the last movie I saw.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
You do go to the movies?
Sure.
And you just listen.
Exactly.
Oh, that must not be annoying to sit behind. What's happening now? What are they doing? Are they driving? Are they walking? What is he wearing? What's her hair look like?
Yeah, what about those moments where it's not there's not any dialogue. Things are happening.
Sometimes somebody will whisper to me if it's very visual. A lot of the times you can tell what's going on depending on the movie by maybe they'll describe it afterwards.
Like there have been movies I've seen where a whole part of the movie, like say it's one of those heist movies, and they go in for the heist. The whole heist, there's not a word being spoken. They're using hand signals. They're breaking into a safe. They're doing things and being real quiet.
Well, obviously that's not a movie that I'm going to be able to go and see in a movie theater.
Guys.
Smart ass.
You know I have a talent for smelling bits, right?
Yes, you do. You sniff them out.
I smell bit. Can we do movie reviews with Krista the blind girl from Long Island?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Effing cool would that be?
Blind girl movie review.
We love it.
Can you, do you go to the movies regularly or not? Or just every once in a while? What's the deal with that, Krista?
Every once in a while. I could be Miss Video and review video rentals.
She could review the new DVDs that are out, perhaps.
We really need to do something. Movie reviews with Krista the blind girl.
And you can't cheat. You just got to kind of, watch it like you normally would. Like, is your favorite movie to go to the theater and see 2001: A Space Odyssey?
What was your favorite?
Read the book.
What was your favorite movie?
My favorite movie? I don't know. That's a hard one. I like Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan. That was good.
Oh, now she's not all that bad in my book.
But now explain. You've been blind your whole life, right?
Right.
Oh, holy crap.
She tasks me.
So why is that your favorite movie?
Well, they had it was good plot twists, I thought. I love Star Trek. Let's see. What other movies do I like?
Why don't you get those LeVar Burton goggles?
Let's see.
Purelator oil
Tomorrow was
filter.
very good.
Is there any chance for you to ever see
Got
it
a
or
little
no?
cheesy in some parts.
Wait, which movie?
The Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah. Did you like the special?
Yeah.
Sorry, I got caught up in it.
A lot of CGI in that movie.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to see Common Gateway Interface or whatever the hell it's called.
Would you see a current movie for us and review it?
Let's see. What's out now?
Wedding Crashers.
Wedding Crashers would be good, or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Ugh.
Nice.
Not even a blind girl's going, ugh.
Someone's saying that her review would be a wonderful score.
Right.
All soundtrack reviews.
The flute got a little loud during the love scene.
And I felt the footsteps were sloppy.
I'll have to run away with it.
Just to interrupt for 1 second. When did I start to hate Whoopi Goldberg? She's on with Regis right now. Or when did I stop I liked her in the 80s. I thought she was
horrid
She was a good comic, I thought. And I just don't know when I stopped liking her.
And when did Regis start getting Ronald Reagan hair?
He's awful.
Yes. Jesus.
She's got that dog shit hairdo. People are saying that she shouldn't be sent to go see any Mr. Bean movies.
Is it true that blind girls should... God, our listeners are just as bad as we are. Blind girls should review Afterlife, 60 minutes of no dialogue.
Really?
Yeah.
Or like Castaway or something.
Yeah, Castaway.
Castaway would not be
tack
smart,
in that
right?
one.
All right, I think there's something there, right?
I agree.
Any decent DVDs out now that I could maybe rent?
I don't like the fact that you're trying to get out of going to the theater.
Well, that's because I just don't feel like paying tons of money
Good point.
to go see a movie that I might not even... Unless there's something really, really good out that...
Well, Ben will reimburse you. Ben Sparks will reimburse you.
Yeah, we got like a little slush fund. We do. We'll pay for your movie.
Really?
And we'll even throw in some free popcorn.
That's right. We'll mail you a crispy $5 as soon as your review is done.
All right, Krista.
Interesting.
Thank you so much.
I'll find a movie to go and see.
Hold on the line. We want to get your phone number, okay?
My phone number?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we really want to try to get you to, review a movie or two.
As long as you don't put my phone number on
No,
the
no,
air.
we're
not gonna do that.
No, we would never do that to you.
That would be a breach of privacy.
No,
and all that.
Of course it would.
Take it easy, Cochran. We're not going to put your number on the net. We don't do that.
Jesus, who are you, Jim Phillips? Relax.
Yeah. We can spell torch. I spent the whole weekend panicking that there was going to be a Sunday court session. Mr. Norton, did you imply that this man, that's right, is not funny? Yes, sir, I did. Well, good day to you, sir. It's time to go to jail for telling the truth. Cocksucker, and I'll have to be had in 4 hours. You in that hole talking about septic tanks. I hope you die in a bus explosion. That's right, I said it.
Wow, you're outrageous.
I know, I'm wacky.
You're a little edgy, Jimmy.
I don't mean to be.
You better calm down.
Easy, Jim.
All right, Krista, hold on the line.
Okay.
You're a friend of the show. We would never do anything like that to you, okay?
Okay.
You got enough problems. Hold on. There goes Krista, the blind girl.
Did you have to throw in you got enough problems?
No, she's having a fine life
Can't
now.
you just be a gentleman?
Ratha Khan fan. That's
By the way, Jimmy, you calm?
Yeah, I was really
During
hot.
the break, you broke your computer or something. That's why Steve is in the studio, because he witnessed this thing.
I broke the mouse.
Shortest fuse ever.
Dude.
I've never seen somebody get that pissed off that quickly.
First of all, there's junk on my desk that isn't mine. I know it's a desk, so you got to put stuff on it, but all this shit that winds up on it, and I know other guys got to use the computer.
Dude, we got a list.
It's not yours?
You're claiming this stuff isn't yours? We got a list of the stuff on Jim's desk.
Okay.
Where's Ben? Because, Ben obviously the troublemaker around here.
He's right now highlighting things, then just scrolling through the page for no reason.
I
He's
love
out of
that
his
Norton
mind.
pointed out that Ben just laughs when you're pissed off. Because I watched it go down. You come in here raging about the computer. I guess someone signed on and just messed it up so you can log on or whatever. And you're trying to explain this to Ben, and Ben's reaction is just to laugh openly at you.
Well, my anger came from the fact, of course, I expect guys to use a computer. It's not, I don't own it. But when you do, it's like just put my username back because it's like Jay Norton. I don't remember if it's Jim Norton, Jay Norton, and I got like a minute to go back there. I don't feel like fucking around and going through all the names
Right.
of what my username is. I
You
remember
just
my
wanna
password.
Click and have it come up.
The last person that used a computer, I think, was Opie on Friday.
No, I didn't get on, though, I don't think.
No, you didn't get on the computer on Friday?
No, because we couldn't figure out his logon.
And also, I just had problems, because my laptop is fucked up, and I'm just cranky with the whole technology thing. I hate it, dude. I hate it.
But you spiked the mouse into the desk.
I don't care. Good.
So he's trying to log in and then just takes the mouse.
It's
one of those wireless ones.
Yeah, it's one of those battery powered ones.
Yeah, which are really heavy because the batteries are in there, and then just smashes on the desk.
I got no, dude. You don't know how close I've come to putting my fist at home through my laptop screen. I don't do it.
Yeah.
Or through my desktop screen. I almost. Hold on, let me explain to Steve. I never heard of Vibrate Carlisi.
Sorry.
Jesus. What's the matter? Wasn't there a gay song you could put on?
Nice ring.
How about yeah. Well, it was the Beverly Hills Cop theme. Okay.
The 1936 Bell telephone ring.
Jesus. I'm being handed a note that Danny has Take On Me as his ringtone?
Yeah, it's awful.
Holy crap.
Well, Eric just sold him down the river. What do you have on yours, Eric?
Yeah, Eric's is pretty
bad.
bad.
Eric's is pretty bad. He wants to sell Danny down the river.
What is Eric's?
That same one that you heard last time.
Let me dial it.
What was it?
Hold on.
Gonna call up Hawk. Hawk, get your phone by the microphone.
Nope, I changed it. You're right.
I want to hear it anyway. I'm sure it's awful.
Probably is.
That's my mic technique. I've been working on that.
Very good.
Excellent.
It's been, wait, Eric, 718. Okay.
Here we go. Oh, there's the sound.
Yep.
Put it up by the mic. Nothing?
It's ringing.
Oh, it's vibrating.
Called the wrong one.
Which one is that?
That's my personal phone.
Well, of course your personal phone.
That's nothing.
You made us do this bit knowing you have a boring ring? Holy crap.
And you have it on a vibrate?
No, that's just the regular ring.
But what's the other phone you have?
That's the work phone.
Oh, I didn't know. It was
And is
work
that
phone.
the one with the
Not
faggy?
that anybody could hear any of this.
So
Eric
why
isn't
did
talking on the mic?
Yeah, Eric, no one can hear you. What do you? Why don't you just? Eric,
Why would you let him call your number?
Hey,
Good job,
Karnak.
E-Rock.
Karnak, why don't you just do this? Just think it, and people will know.
Jesus.
He just kind of whispers. Eric, mouth out the number. I didn't know you had that one. That he might have assumed I had that one.
You do realize when you do radio, you're looking for a payoff, right? Oh my God! Just waste.
What do you?
He's answering it.
There you go. There, I'll give him the number.
What? Oh, so we can waste another 2 minutes on this?
Eric, just
this
mouth,
was a
Eric,
quick
mouth it to
throwaway.
me. Sweetie, mouth it to me. Oh.
Holy shit!
That's
you're
like so
kidding
bad.
me.
Was that
Wow,
some bad '90s dance song?
When you answer, does it say, hello, this is Tommy Morrison's blood calling?
What the hell is that? I don't even know the song.
You don't have to. Thank God you don't.
What is it? It's a Euro dance song.
Oh. Why is that your ringtone?
So it wakes me up in the morning.
You had to make a conscious decision to put that in as your ringtone.
You know what wakes me up in the morning? I got a Bose radio, and fucking Blizzard of Oz is in there, and I Don't Know starts, and you jump out of bed when that shit fucking cranks.
Right.
That's a great visual.
You want to wake up, fucking Ozzy Osbourne is the first thing I hear, and it never even gets to the lyrics.
So Jimmy destroyed his mouse, is what we're getting at, and then he tried to explain it to Ben, and Ben just started laughing uncontrollably. And
It's funny.
Hackling.
Because there's nothing. Jim is always in a bad mood. You're never happy.
That's
You're
not true.
never happy.
That's not true.
Majority of the time, you're not happy.
Your
Something's
moods
wrong.
shift
This
very
morning,
quickly,
This
though.
morning, you came in. First thing, you came in with your sunglasses on. There was something wrong with your orange.
No. I wasn't. I'll tell you why. I don't like to waste food. I told Eric last week, and maybe I'll tell the interns, I don't want the oranges anymore because for some reason the oranges have been awful. So I'm not eating them. So I told them last week, like, no oranges. I wasn't mad about that. I just didn't want to waste food.
Right.
The reason I was in a bad mood is because my laptop, another Dell product, I've had every Dell product I've ever owned, I've had a problem with. My laptop screen is now pitch black, and there's a teeny thin blue line at the bottom, almost like, and you could see where the icons are in the bottom, like the toolbar.
The toolbar.
I feel like a black shade has been pulled down over my entire screen except for the bottom sliver.
A little sliver of your.
That's why I don't
Your
know if
toolbar.
it's the LCD monitor. Steve said it might be the LCD.
Yeah, could be.
But I don't know if it is. I feel like I'm hitting a button or something. I don't know what this is, but it's very...
Could very well be the monitor, my friend.
So there you go. About a $3,500 laptop, which I've had for a couple of years, 60 gigs, and another Dell product that I've had a problem with. People told me, do not get a Dell laptop. Do not do it. It's going to get fucked up.
You know something? Just call customer service, and I'm sure they will get right on it.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure that they'll have some very marvelous...
Yes, Mr. Norton, there is a problem with your monitor. Yeah, and you'll go through that for months and months and months.
If this screen is fucked, and it's going to cost me $1,000 or something for a new screen, I am going to throw it out my 10th floor window. I'm going to throw it out the window.
That'll show him, Jimmy.
You're
That'll
right.
show them.
Slightly irrational.
You'll probably
Granted.
hit a child who will. Their parents will sue you.
They won't know whose it is. You can't fucking pull up the screen. Some guy with a black monitor threw this at my son and hit him.
So we have a list of stuff that was on your desk. Where did Ben go and Steve?
I don't know.
They were the ones that made this list. I guess they were trying to clean up your desk and you didn't want them to or something?
Who said I didn't want them
No,
to?
I don't know. I'm asking.
No.
I'm asking where this came from. No, because we're trying to keep the office nice and clean or whatever. As much
Ben
as
is
we
very
can.
sloppy.
He's the worst.
He's
always been like that. He's not going to change.
Ben's little section is just a mess.
It's amazing the pile of stuff he has in front of
I
him.
know where everything is, though.
No, I know.
We did this at the last
Dude,
rehearsal.
I know.
He
we gave
is-
up trying to get you to be neat.
To quote Joe Clark, Ben is a slovenly, sloppy boy.
We were cleaning up the office the other day, and we're throwing stuff out, and we were just looking at Jim's desk, and we were like, what the hell is all this stuff? So then we decided, let's make a list, because there's so much crap on your desk.
I hate
Just
it.
crap that shouldn't even be there. Not necessarily funny, just stuff that shouldn't be there.
I don't know, but some of that stuff you've gotten for weeks, and you've just left it there.
I
There's
know,
stuff
but I put it to the side. I don't pile it up. These
So
guys-
here's a list of stuff on Jim's desk. A Pat Battle picture.
Yeah, big picture
Just
of
sent
Pat
me,
Battle is actually on. We're not even talking about the show here. We're talking about Jimmy's real desk that he uses after and before the show. A picture of Pat Battle.
I was signing those, by the way, in Cleveland. People were bringing that Pat Battle picture, and they want it signed. It's fucking taken over, folks.
All right, a Ozzy article from 2 months ago.
Oh, yeah, I didn't read that yet.
Haven't gotten to that yet.
A Sabra
File that.
A Sabra Cadabra. I guess
DVD? Yes.
some merchandise from them. A Black Sabbath CD. A package from Dell.
What's in there?
I don't know. Where is it?
It's someone go get it. There's been a package from Dell in there for weeks.
Let's hope it's a laptop screen. Maybe they sensed it coming.
Of course, a box of porn. A pillow. What's that about?
That's on the couch.
Yeah, but it was on your desk. You moved it up, but that's been there for a while.
Skincare products from a fan.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Skincare products.
Somebody sent me some skincare products.
Nice. You could use that on your shaven mound.
Yeah.
Some Nexium.
Yeah, it's mine.
Here's your Dell box.
Oh, thank you.
That's yours.
I don't know what it is. What
Open that up. It's not. It hasn't even been opened yet.
No, I'm bad with stuff like this.
8 weeks ago.
A Fargo snow globe.
Oh, yeah, but that's up in the thing. That's not.
3 Yankee DVDs. A talking fish.
Yeah, the talking fish. Someone sent one of those talking bass, like a singing bass thing, and that found its way onto Jimmy's desk.
Well, that was a bit we tried to get going that never really took off.
Bad novelty items.
Yeah, we wanted people to start sending in their bad novelty items.
What is that,
so we could
Jimmy?
talk about them and, put them up all over the studio.
It's a hard drive by Hitachi. This has nothing to do with me. This is shit.
Why is there a hard drive?
By Hitachi. I don't know.
I guess maybe a listener sent it to you.
All right, I'll take it.
No, it might be mine. Oh, by the way, another technological problem. I had a lot of stuff backed up on this Maxter external, and of course that's not working now. I fucking hate computers, man. But Dell, thank you, Dell. Now I have 60 gigs of shit, which is probably not gettable because of my screen just died apparently. So if anybody knows a button I should hit.
That's the talking catfish. Oh, that's loud.
Bass to the bone or
well, that looks like a catfish.
Whatever it is, it's going from hand to the garbage can because I'm never looking at that again. That's horrendous. I wanted Big Pussy's mouth voice to come out of it when I talked.
Right.
What's the matter? You've never seen a talking fish before?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh Jesus.
Do exactly.
Watch
That's
your eyes.
mine, Opie. That's mine.
Watch your eyes.
That's mine.
Oh jeez.
Drop something.
That's the end of that.
Oh.
Ow. I don't want you performing some half-ass autopsy on a fish and having those batteries spill out all over the floor.
Holy mackerel.
Holy mackerel.
Wham.
All right, we're going to take a break with something that Matt from South Jersey sent in. He did a little 0-8 thing.
He did.
With a little 50 cent in the background, I guess.
Nice.
Or is it 50 cent?
Fitty.
Fitty? Just awful. Just dog shit.
Cringe radio.
Beyond AM, beyond FM, it's XM satellite radio.
Tell him, Fred.
I mean, I look around. I know I got my problems, and I look at all you guys and go, God damn it, I'm not alone here. This show is in trouble. It's held together with, like, duct tape.
So I look over at Jimmy, and he's pointing over me. So I follow his finger, and he's pointing right at Ben's mule. Finger.
Something is missing in our brain, staring at Ben's hog.
What a collection of retards.
This is just dog shit.
And then Jimmy goes, it's not me, it's Ben's mule.
Just awful.
Peppers, Jimmy.
Well, there was chicken, and I said I'd like some chicken, and I pointed at the pepper and said I'd like some chicken and a little of the Peterson boy.
Awful. Just awful. Just dog shit. We are a collection of assholes.
Cringe radio. All I know is the next time I hear Bruce Kelly talking, I want an Arab on each side of him with a rifle pointed at his head.
Finger.
Stop it!
Finger.
And I'm just kind of sitting, hanging out. Peter Jennings walked by. He's walking real slow. We make eye contact. So I'm like, oh, man, I got to say something to Peter Jennings, you know? So, you know, he's fighting this cancer. The only thing I could think of, you know, on the spot was, good luck, bro.
You said good luck, bro. Finger. Awful.
Like sands through the hourglass, so is the O&A virus.
Lee, I want you to be very honest.
Yes.
I'm gonna put you on the spot here. How annoying was Jim Norton as far as the Robert Plant picture goes? Don't hold back. I guarantee
you know,
after
with all due respect to his tenacity in acquiring a photograph, it was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. Probably, well, it was back in the late 60s. Someone who really, really wanted to meet Hendrix. I think it was, 67.
That's comparable, right?
That was comparable.
But since then, nothing like Jimmy trying to get this picture of Robert Plant.
It was absolutely unbelievable. The vicious tenacity, the intensity.
That
the
sounds
mission
better than just
of you
calling
getting
him a
picture.
nudge.
I was a nudge. I'll admit that.
Oh, it's ridiculous. But the photo is scary. You've seen it.
Oh, it's horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's classic.
I've got it on my trio right now.
The little
It's,
smiling faces.
His little lock over my face.
Yeah, the hair is touching your face.
Little men just smiling.
His head is
Huge
as big
head.
as a pumpkin.
It really is awful.
I've never seen a bigger head in my life.
But you have to do it that way to get Robert Plant. You have to do it that way. Lee even said he's a tough one. His people are very protective. He's a very tough one to get. You have to.
But Lee's a very important man, and he had a lot to do that day, and you
I would
didn't
just
care.
pop in and ask
You didn't care about everything else he needed to take care of that day.
Now, I do want you to know, just went in there and said, look, I know we got a performance here, and this is it's a big deal. Robert's, a rock god. We got to do this Norton thing.
Yeah.
Or the deal's off.
Or the deal is off.
We came
Norton
so
needs
close
a picture.
to the whole show being scrubbed.
Yeah.
Very upset Robert Plant leaving, his band sulking, moving away, management and label freaking out because of Norton. So at the last minute, Robert said, well, we've got to do
And he
Norton.
agreed.
And he
Picture was taken.
And yes,
Looks great.
And I understand Paul McCartney is stopping in at one point, possibly.
Well, it's interesting. We're talking to the McCartney people, and one of the conditions is a photo with you.
Right.
You bet I'll be there for that one.
Okay, that's actually critical to any. All the artists are coming to us now that we're big and popular and getting bigger all the time. And it's interesting how the Norton factor is a key ingredient in
Now
all
negotiation, boy. I hear Jimmy is demanding that they find a crosswalk to take the McCartney picture. Is that true? And you're making him take his shoes off. Yeah.
And he said
I don't want to be a
would do it
pain in
for
the
you.
ass, but Paul, take your shoes off.
Yeah.
Walk with me out to this crosswalk. Yeah. Wonderful.
As a matter of fact, I understand they might want you on the cover of the next Plant record.
Oh.
Be happy to be a part of that?
Nude crawling on rocks.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
All right, we're back with the Opie and Anthony program. Thanks for checking us out, and thank you for listening. You, the
Thank
faithful
you.
listener. Thank you, the pest. All right, we should get into some news, I guess. We haven't talked
Snooze.
about this incident in Times Square over the weekend.
Opie, it's Times Scare.
Oh, yeah.
Times Scare. Yeah, well, the
By the way,
security
where's
is...
Jimmy?
I don't know. He ran off. He's got things to do. He's a busy, busy man.
I wish I could be like Jimmy.
Wouldn't
Fall
that be
asleep
great?
during the show.
Friday, he fell asleep during the show.
For 20 minutes, no problem.
He was asleep. We're yapping. I look over, and his feet are up on the console, and he was sound asleep.
Stupid me, from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. every day. This is the most important thing in my life.
Well, yeah.
And then you would think that's how it should be.
Yeah.
To Jimmy, it's one of the most important things.
I'm here.
But right now he has some kind of problem with Dell, so he can't even think until he takes care of that problem.
That laptop is his link to everything in his life, though. It is his link to all the girls that want to have contact with him through his pornography.
Where were you,
his,
Jimmy?
Craigslist, things like that. His computer at home, that laptop, is your link to life, isn't it?
Well, I have a desktop, too.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, then I'm talking out my asshole.
Well, no, I have. Well, my desktop. The reason my laptop became so important is because my Dell desktop had those electrical problems, which took me 3 months. Remember, I was railing about that.
Yep.
I didn't have a home computer for 3 months because of the nightmare of dealing with their customer service, which was the worst I've ever dealt with any company, and the just the complete lack of knowledge. But they had me. I told you they had me opening the computer. Physically opening the back of the computer, so it was an abomination. Dealing with. And by the way, thank you to whoever sent me this MP3 player. I appreciate that.
It's
I didn't
an
thank
MP3
you.
player
I think it
from
is.
Adele.
Yes. So thank you very much, whoever sent me that. I appreciate it.
I got my fans, by the way. The horror story that was these case fans from my computer. The customer service took months, and 5 or 6, or I think maybe even 7 different customer service representatives, those Indians, that they shove you off to with your phone call. It goes to India.
Last we left you on this, you talked to Michael Dell's
secretary,
personal secretary.
I actually, got up to the top, and she said everything was going to be taken care of. We are shipping these ASAP. We are so sorry. They shipped them out ASAP right to my address I lived at a year ago
Which
in
was
Brooklyn.
one of the problems you were explaining to her and everybody else that would listen to you.
When I initially made the order, the Indian read back to me the order and said, and it'll be shipped to, and then had my old Brooklyn address. And I went, no, I have a new address. Okay, let me have it. I'll put it in the system. Okay, did that. The next 4 or 5 times I called customer service, every time they never had the right address. And I told them, God damn it, my new address, here it is. Well, she shipped them out ASAP right to my old address in Brooklyn. So Hawk, in a very nice gesture, went to the building and picked them up and brought them in today. So finally, here they are, and they look to be the correct fans from Dell 2 months later.
He went by your old building?
Yes, he did. Actually drove by. You don't live far from there, right?
No, not at all.
Hawk's pretty close to there. You dealt with the little maintenance guy?
The little
Ziggy?
Russian guy, yeah. Trying to jump and clean the windows, but he's only 4 foot high.
He's like this little guy. We used to call him Gollum. He's really awful. But I'm surprised they gave it to you. No security, right?
Nope.
Yeah, isn't that fantastic? You could shop. You could shop at those apartments in Brooklyn. Just go there and say, yeah, that thing that came in today, I need that. Oh, here you go. Shopping.
There you have it. You all right, Jimmy?
Yeah, I was taken care of.
And you know another problem with them is when you call in and you give information or you have a case history, and it's like you change something or they go over something and the guy promises you something, and then you call back a week later and they have no record of it at all. It's like you are a computer company. How do you not log shit and have it like when you pull up name, James Norton?
And have everything that's happened, every transaction, every customer service call, everything that they promised you should be right there on a list.
I can't wait to see the abomination I'm going to have to deal with. And there's no way I'm sending it out. Absolutely not. I don't have anything awful on there, but there may be a little footage of me receiving oral treats from a young lady. That's very possible that could be on my laptop. Not sneakily done, actually handheld.
Oh,
You know?
really?
Yeah. I don't sneak anything. I just hold it
Nice.
right at her dumb face.
Really?
Yeah, but you gotta be careful.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's the only time I ever was able to pull that one off. And, of course, I had to save it for posterity on my laptop so you could watch it and whack your bag when you're on the road.
Very nice, Jimmy.
Yeah, very good.
Good one. Well, you wouldn't want that getting out.
Well, you know, and part of me actually would. My mule looks fantastic in it.
Does it? Good angle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just looks good. And she was so small, you know, I picked a diminutive.
You need a small girl to
I
make
picked
it look bigger?
a midget with her little fat fingers.
Good
just trying
job.
to wrap around it.
Wow.
I've had it for a long. It's actually old. Crap,
Yeah.
but I just decided.
Is
to put
your
on
face on it at all?
Yeah. Obviously,
Oh.
I wouldn't care. Please, a little bit.
All right.
Jimmy has a dirty movie.
I wouldn't. It's not long, but let's just say that there's one angle of the gal kind of holding the camera, panning up,
Yeah.
and just the fucker looks good.
What about a money shot? Is there a pop shot?
But you can't see it.
Oh, really? She was that good?
She was what you call. She was what you call a good girl. Here's the money shot. So it's nothing that porn would ever want, but my face is definitely in it, and I have a shirt on, so you can't see my fat stomach.
Well, you definitely don't want that laptop then being.
No, so now I have that
out.
problem. What do you do?
You gotta have somebody come in there and fix it.
Ugh.
Someone said plug it into a regular monitor at home. Get a cable, go from the back to a regular monitor, and then you could switch over by pressing, I believe, the F8 or something. He's emailing you.
You sucked his cock.
And then if it works on a regular monitor, it's obviously your monitor. If on a regular monitor at home it comes up black, then you know it's something else.
What kind of I don't have a cable. What kind of cable do I use?
I don't know, Jimmy.
All right, let's move on.
I get scared. I don't know.
Let's move on. Very sad day, by the way. We'll do a little news here.
Why are you laughing? What's so sad?
Sir Richard Dahl has died. Sir Richard Dahl.
Dahl.
Everyone knows who he was, so we should just
Really?
move on. But he died at the age of 92.
92.
Sir Richard Dahl.
Any guess?
Is he
Any guesses?
Is he from New York?
He's a British scientist.
I know.
Oh. He invents something huge?
Want to play 3 questions?
Something
Jesus.
we use every day?
Something to do with...
All right, I'll give you 3 questions.
3 questions?
5 questions. I don't think you'll get it.
All right.
Did he invent something?
No.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
Stop! Don't go into the paper.
I'm looking at sports.
Looking at sports.
I wanted to look at the...
You are a cheat.
All right, I won't look.
We can't have fun. Every once in a while, we like to have a little radio fun. There's a picture of him, Sir Richard Dahl.
Oh, that guy.
He's an old guy, 92 years old, British scientist. What is he known for?
Dying.
4 questions to go.
That wasn't a... That's not a question, Ope.
I asked, is he an inventor?
Oh, we asked the question.
No.
I thought Ope was going to ask questions.
No. Now you.
Okay.
No, Jim's not going to play along.
I certainly will.
All right.
Go ahead, Jimmy. Ask
Don't panic.
He wasn't an inventor.
Don't panic.
He's panicking.
He's panicking.
He really
He's
is.
gulping. Jesus, it's a stupid game.
Where was he when JFK was shot?
No,
don't use that.
That's a question.
All right.
That's an awful question. Yeah. Is he a writer?
He's a scientist, though.
Damn it. I knew that.
So I won't acknowledge that you asked
A
the
scientist
second
that
question.
didn't invent anything? Did he discover something?
Ah, now you're on to something,
All
my
right.
friend.
He's discovered something.
A
He's
British
a
scientist that discovered
that
something.
discovered something.
Was it a secret that got him killed?
No.
He discovered... Is it something he discovered in space?
No.
Right, then it's on Earth.
Down. That was my next question. Damn it.
Now is it right down?
I already know who he is anyway.
Oh, you do?
Of course.
No, he absolutely doesn't.
I do
He
actually.
discovered something. Is it something in the field of medicine?
Yes.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
I think it personally affected Jimmy Norton.
I know exactly who
There's
it
a
is.
clue.
Oh. He discovered AIDS.
No, that doesn't have anything to do with me. I got rid of that stuff.
Should.
No.
It will.
Be surprised. A little Anison.
Anison. Yeah, that'd cure it right up.
Done?
No, I'm very curious, but I think I could get this. Something in medicine he discovered wasn't polio. It was
I already know who he is.
another hint.
How big was this cock?
He medicine, some kind of organ thing.
I could give you a very obvious one.
I'll give him an obvious one. He's smart. He'll figure it out.
All right, he discovered something that is harmful.
Something harmful. Oh, he discovered bacteria. The microbe?
Jesus, Anthony?
What?
You don't know who Richard Dahl is, seriously?
No.
He discovered something that's very harmful to many, many people.
And
so harmful that Jimmy took notice one day.
What he discovered caused a lot of denials.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What?
What does that mean?
That was an excellent hint.
When are we going to turn on these cameras, by the way? I've been asking for that for a long time.
I know.
If Don is listening, we want this studio camera and that one, they're all over the place, to be turned on. Because just to see your expression as you said the denial thing was priceless.
Okay, he discovered something very harmful to people.
Very harmful to people, and Jimmy took notice.
Jimmy took notice.
And it caused a lot of denials.
Denials?
Denials?
I don't know what that means.
Oh, as soon as it's revealed what he did, everyone's
Mad
gonna go.
cow disease?
No, you ready?
Yeah.
This was supposed to take 30 seconds.
No.
Jesus. Sir Richard Dahl, the British scientist who first established a link between smoking and lung cancer, died yesterday. He was 92 years young, as they like to say. During groundbreaking research in the early 50s?
50s.
He and colleagues interviewed some 700 lung cancer patients to establish a common thread.
That was the denials. The tobacco company completely rebutted his.
Oh wow, very good, Jimmy.
His findings.
Yes.
Dahl said of the research, I gave up smoking 2/3 of the way through that study.
I knew exactly who he was.
You did.
Richard Dahl's work has prevented millions of premature deaths in the 20th century, and will prevent tens of millions of premature deaths in the present century.
What a guy.
There you have it.
I actually read it in the Post today. That's how I know
You
it was.
did.
Yes, earlier.
You fibbed.
In other news, on the front page of the Daily News, Times Scare. Anthony, I was too busy worrying about lawsuits all weekend long. I didn't get to keep up on the news. What's this story all about? I had to look up all sorts of law terms in the law library.
Of course. Like tard.
Yeah, my weekend was so bad, Mr. Phillips.
Ooh, shaking.
You're right. The waves just weren't that good out east.
Yeah, were you talking like that, were you? Phony guy.
Thought the waves would be a little bigger.
Is that what you were worried about?
That's what I worried about.
Were you worried about a lawyer swimming out to you with a subpoena?
An injunction. Don't play that unfunny audio again.
Yeah, there was a lot of worry in my weekend.
Yeah.
Of course.
Faggot trying to use psychology. What's the matter, boys? Don't try to use psychology, you fucking washed-up jizzbag.
I hope you guys in Logan have yourselves a nice weekend.
We did.
Yep.
We certainly
did.
Thanks to my friends Chris and Jay, I watched my 50-inch plasma.
Yeah.
That's what I did after I got back from Cleveland.
Nice.
I hung out with the guy that owns Elvis.
Really?
Yeah, actually I did.
Owns the Elvis fortune.
Yeah, I was hobnobbing out there in Southampton with my brother.
Now you are ripping him off.
And others.
That's right, Robin.
The guy who bought Elvis. That's whose house I was hanging out.
What actually
Vern
is when you buy Elvis, what are you buying? You're buying the rights to Elvis.
Yeah.
You could then market his image and everything else.
Yeah, you buy something
that guy
that has something to do with Elvis, this guy gets a piece. Nice, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of cake.
Anyway, so what's this Times Scare all about, Ant?
Well, you know what happened over there in London. You had the bombings.
We kind of said this was going to happen.
Yep.
That the panic was going to set in. And
panic mode.
And we were going to get some silly stories.
Yeah. Well, they had the bombings, and then they had the bombings that didn't quite work. And then we had the English police shooting a gentleman for no reason.
Sure glad the suicide bombers had time to go whitewater rafting together. Jesus.
Yeah, they found pictures of these suicide bombers whitewater rafting, having a little fun. That's the scary part of that whole thing is you picture them plotting in some dimly lit room somewhere. But even, Muhammad Atta and all those animals were in Vegas watching shows, strippers, gambling.
Lap dances.
These guys are whitewater rafting. One guy's flipping a peace sign as he's doing it. And then they blow themselves up and kill a bunch of people.
That's why we don't like any of them.
Right. Stop it. So in England, they had that happen on the double-decker bus. And now here in New York, Opie, we have these double-decker buses from England. They shipped them over here. They cut the roofs off the upper deck. And tourists drive around in them. And there's a guy on a microphone, and he points things out.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Empire State Building. Get your cameras, tip it up there so you can get a good view, and snap away at the...
Just all the crap. They're constantly in the way. If you drive in New York here, if you drive in and drive out, you're a commuter, these things, you wish for bombs on them. They are the worst. They do 1 mile an hour in front of buildings, and you got to try to get around them. And it's horrible.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be pulling up to Carnegie Hall. This is Carnegie Hall here, right on 57th Street. And do you know how to get to Carnegie Hall? Anyone? Practice, ladies and gentlemen, practice. That's right, as we continue on.
God! And you're there behind them. You're just sitting behind them, just crying.
Why don't those guys give the real tour of New York City?
Ooh.
The Carnegie Hall and the Carnegie Deli. I'm sure they show the Carnegie Deli as well.
Probably do.
There was an awful murder that happened above that Carnegie Deli.
A famous Carnegie Deli, known worldwide, as a matter of fact, for their sandwiches. Look up above the Carnegie Deli. You'll see that window up there. That's the site of a drug deal gone wrong. They pulled out, 6 or 7 bodies out of that very doorway there. Snap away, people. Snap away.
And it was an actress that was in...
Oh, right. There was an actress.
No one puts Baby in a Corner.
Baby in a Corner. Yeah, it was one of her.
That movie. What's that movie?
Dirty Dancing.
The Dirty Dancing. She was in
Dirty
that,
Dancing.
Right? She was.
Yeah.
She was one of the bit players in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then she turned into a drug dealer and got shot.
Right.
Back of the head. Bam. Anyway, so the double-decker tour bus
was making its way down Broadway, Times Square, I guess. And the driver, I guess, they have employees on this bus, and the driver was alerted to the fact that there were some suspicious-looking gentlemen that perhaps were dressed a little too warmly for the weather that was out. So he called the cops. And the police, well, I guess really without making much of a fuss, really stopped the bus and without really anyone noticing, just kind of poked around a little. Isn't that what happened?
I think they called in the SWAT team.
They swarmed the bus in full battle gear and SWAT gear.
Broadway and 50th.
It was Broadway and 50th.
Yeah, it's a little quiet side street. Wow.
This is the most populated part of the most populated city.
And the reason, because the bus driver, very paranoid.
Paranoid.
Extremely paranoid.
They
had him on the news, and he didn't seem like he was all there to begin with.
These am the same buses they got in England, and I was afraid.
And they were speaking with British accents, these guys. So he was just whatever. He got nervous. So what? It happens. We all get scared.
Yeah. But they were also, if you look at the pictures of them, they're also Middle Eastern men.
Well, they were Southeast Asian looking, right, or something?
They kind of had this. No, they looked more from the pictures I see. They kind of look Arab.
You know what's weird?
I'm not sure.
The pictures on the front page of the Daily News. You know, all the tourists with their hands up on the top of the bus. It looks like they're in the middle of doing the Macarena.
A little workout. You know, when they're doing aerobics.
Right, there's something going on.
It's a picture of a double-decker bus.
Or maybe it is the song Hands Up. Who knows?
I'd actually prefer to be in a bus bombing than have everyone sing the Macarena.
Ugh. Hey, Macarena.
So they cut the top of the double-decker bus off so you can stand up and you don't have any roof over you on the top deck. And all the people are standing up in their colorful tourist gear with cameras all around their necks and their arms in the air. And just cops in combat gear with their guns out.
Their arms in the air like they just don't care ya.
Like they just don't care ya. And they put their goods all out on the street and searched through everything and realized that there were no shenanigans going on.
All right, so that was just one of two.
But this is the paranoia that's going on now.
It's going to happen occasionally. Look. As long as you treat people with dignity, and it is important, you can't smash people's face into the sidewalk when you're searching
them. No matter how much fun it is, right?
No matter how good it would feel.
Yeah.
But people have to understand this. I'm sorry. People are assimilating into society, and they are blowing themselves up. How else do you handle it? I mean, I would love to know a suggestion that might be different than this.
If there was some surefire way you can identify them by just looking, then it would be easy. But unfortunately, that isn't happening, and we got to put up with it.
That's one of two incidences in New York City over the weekend. What happened with this guy at Penn Station?
Another brain surgeon. Well, they're doing checks now at Penn Station.
Yeah.
Also, and in Jersey, Metro North, all the train stations now, they're doing it in the tri-state area, it seems. And one guy didn't want his bag searched. They asked him for the bag and to search it. Instead of giving the bag or turning away and not letting them search it, he threw the bag at one of the guys and goes, "Yeah, check it. There's a bomb in there."
Jesus. Way to go, Einstein.
These are the same type. It's the same mentality at the airports when someone starts making bomb jokes online on the security line. And then it's like, what? No, I was kidding. What? They just don't understand the laws. There's signs everywhere saying, do not joke about bombs. Don't make any goof. And they do it anyway, and then wonder why they're getting body cavity search in the back room.
If you say that, the cops should be able to swing a nightstick into your teeth and gum line.
Smash.
Just knock your fucking teeth out.
A bunch of white chiclets in a red mist just flying out of your face.
By the way, the bottom row of teeth hurts a little more.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think these are thicker. I could be wrong, but I think the bone density is a bit thicker on the bottom.
Ooh.
A nice knot with your mouth closed. The cop should swing a nightstick into your mouth when it's closed so hard that it knocks your teeth right out of your gums. Well, they don't know you very well. You unfunny hole with a Rocky Dennis head and a Paul Stanley wig. That's who you are. You're Rocky Dennis with a Kiss wig. Like to kick her right in the asshole with a Jester shoe on.
With your Andre the Giant torso.
No, I want to put a little curly Q, like a little Arab, like one of those, like, what kind of shoes are they? Like Aladdin shoes?
Yeah, Aladdin shoe.
A curly toe shoe and kick you right in your unfunny asshole, lady. Ouch. They don't know you very well.
She didn't say it that
Dude,
way.
she certainly did. Do we have audio of that? We can't play on the air, obviously. Have you ever heard of Injunction Boys?
Injunction.
Yes, can you spell laugh and how you don't get them?
I didn't hear my voice on your show today. Well, I was told that my voice wasn't played.
Yeah. It's called a cease and desist.
Because I have people that do that for me. Well, apparently they're not listeners because you took no phone calls, fucko.
As you will not today.
It's the Greg and Tony Show.
Greg,
the Greg and Tony,
Tony
show.
Show.
Can we play that one sometime this program? I'd love to hear it.
No,
that
we
one.
can't do that.
Opie, I love that song.
No, we can't.
I love it.
The Greg and Tony Show, Greg and Tony Show, Greg and Tony got talk to no one with sex advice. We're no bank, spread the good news, some sense.
That's right, 1,199 to go.
Kill him, Fred.
Imagine you plunk down your phone wanting to hear one of your loyal listeners and you get that.
Is that really what's going on?
Greg,
This
Tony,
the only reason I'm not saying his name is I don't know if it's I don't know. I don't want to say he. I mean, he seemed like he's not a small guy. He looks like he'd be like a big ass member of the Whackbag board.
Right.
But I don't want to say exactly who he was.
Gotcha.
However, he's a nicer guy in person than you think. True sociopath, and we just had a nice chuckle last night at the Comedy Cellar.
Have fun, kids. It's going to be another fun day.
All right. And I forget the one that this person hinted was coming today, but it's filthy. It's, oh, God, I wish I could remember because it's so dirty. Every time the phone answers, this fucking dirty thing is going to play.
Oh, I knew there was another story. Okay.
Yeah.
The OJ.
All right.
We love the OJ.
Whenever OJ's in the news, we love it.
His girlfriend attacked him.
They didn't give us the story. Why wouldn't they give
No,
us the whole
it's just,
story?
It's just the actual
I would like
clip.
the whole story. I think I asked for that when we were preparing for the show today.
Tony Show, Greg. Tony got that.
We love when the news reporters tell the story and then we get to comment. It's a little
And we
easier.
comment. Yeah.
Well, right now it's just what I got is the 9/11 call and then OJ commenting.
Mm-hmm.
But what is the backstory on this? Basically,
OJ was home with a friend of his. I don't remember the friend's name, though. See? That's what we need. With a friend and OJ's girlfriend. And apparently OJ's girlfriend attacked OJ, according to the friend. And it got so out of hand, the friend tried to pull the girlfriend off of OJ, and she's attacking OJ, that the friend decided it was time to call 911 and call the police, because this girl was attacking OJ. So it's his 911 call.
Oh, here's the story? Okay. We got the story.
I smell Pat Battles, Poontang.
Yeah, the only good Pat Battle Poontang.
I'll be thinking about that battle when I'm pissing on your grave.
What a bad Clint Eastwood impression that guy did.
Horrid.
You have the manners of a goat, and you smell like that battle, and you have no knowledge whatsoever of your potential.
Ooh, a little Untouchables?
Stick your cock up that battle. Fast, you motherfucking worthless cocksucker.
Wow. I'll tell you one thing about the devil. He uses saucy language.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we have the 911 call anyway, right?
Right.
All right, we could listen to that. And then OJ commenting. OJ just like laughing.
Always
laughing through life now.
OJ always in a great mood.
Yes. Here's the 911 call that came in.
His girlfriend attacked him.
His girlfriend is attacking him?
Yeah.
They're fist fighting right now?
No. What will go off of?
Okay, what's happening right now?
Huh?
What's happening right now?
We're waiting on you.
We're waiting on you. So he goes, they're fist fighting, and the friend goes, no, because you don't want to implicate OJ in anything, right. That they're actually fist fighting. And then he had said he pulled her off of him. Why are they calling the cops? Why is he calling the cops if it was done?
It's the OJ. I think
OJ.
I think at this point, OJ and his crew are just pranking everybody.
Just
every once in a
prank
while,
calling,
like, hey,
of course.
hey, you want to get in the news today?
Yeah. You want to get in the news, OJ? You haven't been in the news in a while.
You call 911 and just tell them, I'm fighting with my chick.
That's it.
Well, we had a little incident. His dinner was cold, so he gave her a Colombian necktie in the walkway.
No, I went in the house. He was fixing a car when the person was asked to leave the property because they were a little impaired. They kind of got into a thing. And
were you beat up?
Nah, look at me. Do I look beat up?
I beat up? People don't beat me up. I kill people.
It's really a non-story.
But it's just any time OJ's in the news, you got to look at him and just go, oh, here's the murderer guy again, and he's laughing. He's chuckling. I was looking for the killers, and she jumped on my back because she was jealous that I'm still looking for Nicole's killer. And we had a shake her off of me, and we figured we called the police. But everything's okay now, right? Me? She beat me up? No. Always in a great mood. They never catch OJ in that throat-slitting rage anymore. They just don't catch him. The only time we really saw OJ pissed was when he was first arrested, and they had him by the tree. Remember that shot? He was in cuffs.
Oh, yeah, from above.
Cops had him. It was from out on the street, like a telephoto shot, and he had this face on that was like, wow, that's a different look for OJ. It was rage. He was angry, and you'd never seen that. It was always smiling OJ from the Hertz commercials and him on the sports shows and stuff. And that was the one where you said, wow, what's this guy got brewing inside of him? And now he never shows that anymore. Doesn't matter what you say to this guy. OJ, you're a murderer. You killed 2 people. Well, no, not really. I didn't kill nobody. I'm just OJ. I have a good time. We go out. Always fun. Never any rage anymore. But it seems that people are always drunk over his house or something. You see how he said?
It seems like there's one big party going on.
And he's always very vague. Somebody with a car being repaired, and the other person was impaired, and we had to ask to leave, but no, everything's okay. There's always some shenanigans going on. Never just OJ hanging out. There's people getting drunk or drugged up. Last one was Pedro Guerrero took off with his chick and a trunk full of cocaine, and the guy can't stay out of the shit. That was Pedro Guerrero.
All right, here's the whole story, I guess. OJ's story.
The whole clip.
The whole kit and caboodle. Whatever the hell that means.
OJ insists that he wasn't involved. He claims it was an argument between his girlfriend and his buddy who made the call.
No, I went in the house. He was fixing a car when the person was asked to leave the property because they were a little impaired. They kind of got into a thing. And
were you beat up?
Nah, look at me. Do I look beat up?
And then OJ says he's not going to press any charges.
They don't even want to do the story.
Of course, OJ's not going to press any charges. That'll come back on me. But you see how vague it is? The people, there's a car being fixed, there's someone impaired. I don't know. I wasn't even paying attention. I was out back chipping golf balls.
That's great. All right, we'll go to break with the OJ prank calls that Kid Chris did.
Oh, right.
This thing has made its rounds all over radio. What?
Oh, sure. I like your shirt, actually.
What shirt?
Lucky 13.
Where was our old OJ prank call bit?
Which one?
Remember that one? With the OJ prank call tape that he was selling on TV?
Oh, do we have that? All right, we'll try to find that. Because he's in the news today. What the hell? But first, this.
Yeah.
Oh, Juice?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Who's this?
This is AC. Let's go kill somebody tonight.
Bye.
Juice?
Yeah, hello.
OJ.
Who's this?
It's Al Michaels. My wife's been acting like a real bitch. I was wondering if you could help me kill her. What do you say, champ?
Do I know you? Hey.
Juice, it's Chris Rock. It's me, Chris Rock, Juice. What do you say you and I go kill the Spice Girls? Juice, every time I call you, I always be laughing.
Hello?
Juice, you're late. We're supposed to go out and kill people tonight. What's going on?
I really can't talk. I'm at dinner with a bunch of people, and I have no idea who you are.
I'm the real killer, OJ. Oh, what? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, Juice.
Yeah?
Juice, what's up?
Who is this?
It's Dan Dierdorf. You want to go throw the ball around, have some beers, maybe kill somebody?
Yeah.
Hi, OJ, it's Kato. Want to go pick up some young girls and kill them? We can hold them underwater or something.
How'd it go?
Can I move in with you?
Hello?
Hi, OJ.
Hey.
Hey, it's Marcus Allen. Want to go get some bitches and kill them? Yeah.
It's E-Rock Radio.
I love E-Rock.
We love E-Rock Radio.
E-Rock? What's that?
E-Rock Radio.
Yeah, I like them.
It's hot.
It's cool. E-Rock.
E-Rock? E-Rock Radio.
He's evil.
He's a bad guy.
He's not true to himself, and he's just ugly, and his nose is falling off.
I don't love it.
He's an asshole.
Eric Nagel is he's this bisexual, incompetent radio guy, believe it or not.
I don't like listening to him. He's not really that smart.
E-Rock can go fuck himself.
Boy, I hope I don't get sick.
Why?
I'm eating a.
What are you eating?
I'm eating a tuna fish wrap.
Never seen you eat anything different than what you eat. You're really going off the board there. Tuna wrap?
I got sandwiches before I left the Hampton.
Sandwiches?
And so this was sitting in. I ate half of it.
Wait.
And then it sat in my car for 3 hours.
Tuna
with mayo. And then I threw it in my fridge. And then
that ought to bring it back.
And then I brought it in today. So
yeah, you should. Oh God, it's all squishing outside your face.
Good though.
How many mics do we have, Eric?
5. 1, 2.
Oh, how many extra?
A couple. Well, good luck with that, Opie.
It's a little weird.
Hey, I was playing poker this weekend, of course, online. And I'm playing with Billy Zabka. Billy Zabka.
I know who he is.
You know who he is?
Yeah.
Who's Billy Zabka?
Yeah, I was wondering how he's been.
Yeah. You know who he is?
No. Never heard of him.
Here's a hint.
Gay porn star?
Yes, gay porn star. He was in the Karate Kid. He was Johnny Lawrence.
Oh.
He was the blonde-haired kid that was beating up on little Daniel's son. He was on there. He goes by his regular name. What? You okay?
No.
What happened? You just threw it away. You just gagged and threw away your sandwich. What did you hit?
Might be bad.
Why would you eat?
Why would you
What's
even
wrong
eat
with
that?
You? Why would you eat that? You eat yogurt. You've been sitting around. You just. I don't understand it.
He always does that. Do you think this is good? It's been here for 6 hours in the hot sun.
I kind of want a day off. Go ahead.
So you're making yourself sick?
Mm-hmm.
No, I was just saying I was playing poker with him, and people were very excited at the table. It was like a celebrity table because I had to call him out on the fact that he stood us up. He was supposed to be a guest on our show. Remember?
I think when we were in L.A., right?
I think it was. E-Rock, you remember that? Remember the blonde-haired kid from Karate Kid was supposed to be on our show? What happened?
No.
No? Yeah, he stood us up.
Oh my God!
But he apologized. We got to get him. We got to get him on the show. He's an icon of '80s movies.
You got to clear that off too, because you got a few of these guys. So you got to have 4 places, right? You have 4.
Yeah, we talked about this Friday, Eric. This is where
microphones. We need more microphones.
This is where we make things better. This is your first chance to make things better.
The seat.
We set up all nice for everybody.
Men in our position cannot afford to be made to look Ridiculous.
All right, Corey from Manhattan. I have a great audio clip of Mets announcer making fun of some guy named Stanley Flamer for obvious reasons.
Really?
I guess he did this on the air. Where the hell do I send it to? Send all audio to Steve at FoundryMusic.com. Always send your audio to Steve at FoundryMusic.com. FOUNDRY music.com.
Unless, and the only specification is this. If it's a picture of one guy blowing another guy, that you send to ben.sparks@xmradio.com.
Very true.
That's the difference.
So you were playing with him. Did you win anything?
I did pretty good over the weekend. I was really doing shitty in the $10 buy-in rooms. Was losing. I think I lost probably seven games in a row. Dropped like 7 games in a row in the $10 buy-in rooms, and then so of course I step it up to the $100 buy-in room because I'm a compulsive gambler now.
Yeah, because I thought you said you were done.
I lost 10. Yeah, it was like 7 in a row, and I was getting so pissed off because I wasn't in the money 7 times. I wasn't first, second, or third. I'd be kicked out fourth. I'd make fourth plays, and it was awful. I'd have like great hands, and some asshole stays in with shit and gets lucky on the river card, and I'm out. And that was happening. So I figured, let's step it up. Let's go $100 room, and I won in that room. Won in the $100 room, and that gets you $500 when you win in the $100 buy-in room.
Right.
So it made up for all the $10 losses and more. Now the Karate Kid guy was out pretty early in that game, but he hung out and taunted other players for a while. But they were just being ruthless to him. They're like, "Oh, what, you lost? What would Sensei say? You should have swept the guy's leg that took him out, because you should have swept his leg like Sensei told you to." They were pounding him on 20-year-old references.
That's great, but
this guy.
How do you spell Sensei?
I don't know. I wasn't trying to spell it. You know me. I can't spell worth a shit.
SENSAY.
Oh!
Are you up?
That's not it.
Are you up or down overall, Ant?
It's SENSEI.
What I said?
You said SAY.
Oh, I did. I said SEI. It sounds like SAY.
You fool.
All right. Are you up or down overall?
Now I'm down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking at other things in the news. Steve licks flavored condom.
What? What? What's he doing?
Huh?
Steve
Yeah.
licks.
Just going over some of the things we need to talk about.
Condom.
Yeah, Steve licked a flavored condom, right? Let's see, moving on.
What? No, you don't move on from that.
Moving on.
I got to know what that's all about.
The Royal Caribbean cruise goes to Canada instead of Bermuda.
Why were they why was he licking a
Why would they
condom?
go to Canada? I don't know.
No. Back up.
Maybe there was rough weather in the Bermuda area, and they decided they had to go to Canada
Back
instead.
up.
Back up to what?
Why was Steve licking flavored condoms? Is that a whole thing of flavored condoms?
Yeah.
They look like candy. They're in a big thing that you see like on a counter at a store. Grape. Ooh, this smells so good. MySexyStore.com.
Mint.
This is grape. What? And Steve licked it?
Yes, he did.
Cola. Ooh, they are very pungently scented.
There's a lot of like fluid on the front of it too.
Yeah?
Are you gonna lick one?
Why not?
Whoa.
Cheers.
Ooh. You could smell it. Go ahead. Take a lick.
Well,
Shove
Jimmy
it in your
just
mouth.
did.
Let me roll it on first. And then taste it over and over again.
Until there's no more flavor.
Keep tasting till I tell you to stop and get lost. Oh, yeah, these are goopy.
Well, there goes the bit, because Jimmy just casually licked the condom like it was nothing.
Now it's not funny anymore.
No, it's not even
Sorry,
funny
you didn't
anymore.
have to say it on the air. I just did. I didn't care.
Mint, strawberry, grape, cola.
Where's Steve?
He's recording IDs.
Ooh, these are saucy.
With Mudvayne?
Yes.
Mudvayne in studio today in a little while.
Take those home.
All right, well, there you go. Steve licks flavored condom, and obviously it was no big deal. Steve, how was that condom?
Banana.
I took a strawberry one, and yeah, that one.
You popped it in your mouth?
No,
did ya?
I licked the tip of it.
You licked the tip, just the tip.
Yeah,
That's not gay.
Just the tip, because it's not gay if it's just the tip. And
did you unroll it first?
No.
Whose
No.
ass did it taste like?
I think if condoms straight out of the wrapper tasted like ass, they'd sell very few of them. It tasted like it was covered in flavored sex lube, which I have had before, and doesn't really do much. Yeah.
Tasty. All right.
Indeed.
I wouldn't have dove right in and tasted it like that. Oh, jeez.
Did you grab the back of your own head when you did it?
I certainly did.
Fight a little.
He even said, please no, please no. Ramon, get me a grape.
And also on the front page of the New York Post today, the Pop Shock. What's this story about? Dad must pay for secret sperm tot. This is pretty amazing.
Secret sperm tot, and the guy's got to pay?
And this is front page news today. Showing the importance in this country. That gets more space on the front page than the New York terror scare that we just talked about.
Yeah, Pop Shock.
A Brooklyn man says his estranged wife forged his signature on a form to get his frozen sperm.
Who did Ope? I'm sorry, I actually did not hear that.
A Brooklyn man says his estranged... Oh, I said the word wrong?
No.
Look at Jimmy. A Brooklyn man says his wife that he no longer likes forged his signature on a form to get his frozen sperm and then used it to conceive a daughter.
Well, how long have they been estranged? Who cares?
I'm not playing your stupid
Nah, dude,
game.
if I see a G in a word, I just remove it.
Just take it out. You don't say wigged.
No.
So Ant and
Silly nair.
I'm going to drag Anthony into this one. So Ant and I don't talk as well as you, Jimmy. What can we say? He was ordered to pay child support, and now he's filed a $9 million suit naming his wife and the fertility clinic, Anthony.
Of course. If he didn't, if he said, no way, I'm not releasing my sperm to you, and she forged it, why the hell has he got to pay?
Holy crap, it's a black couple.
$9 million.
$9 million seed money.
What does he do?
Yeah, what does he do?
Do they have money?
A Brooklyn man who claims his wife that he doesn't really get along with.
Doesn't like anymore.
Forged his name to get hold of his frozen sperm and use it to conceive a daughter, has been ordered to pay child support and has filed a multi-million-dollar suit for reimbursement. The lawyer for the unwitting dad, Long Island Railroad engineer Dion Francis, says New York University's famed fertility clinic should be responsible for the little girl's expenses through college.
That's insanity.
The bizarre saga began in 1997 when this guy Dion and his wife Shamil, holy S, are these names getting out of hand? Chaamel.
Son of Mr. and Mrs. Schlemazel. Stupid.
They work at Hassan Pfeffer Incorporated.
Married. 5 years later, unable to conceive, the couple consulted experts at NYU, and Dion provided a sperm sample in July 2002.
Yeah.
But the marriage hit the rocks, and Dion left Shamil in April 2003. Dion's lawyer, John James, said that according to the NYU contract, the frozen sperm should have been destroyed when his client stopped paying storage fees. Personally, I think that NYU should pay the child support and put this child through college.
He absolutely shouldn't have to pay a dime for that one.
In court papers, Dion, 34, claims that Shamil, 36, paid the storage fees until December 2003 when she forged his name on a release, had it notarized, and underwent the first of 2 in vitro fertilizations. The following August, Dion visited his wife and said he was shocked to see her pregnant. I said, "So who are you pregnant from?" he recalled. She said, "It's yours." I said, "Don't tell me you went to the clinic and did what I think you did." And there you go.
Bitch.
There you go. Now he pretty much wants $9 million.
9 mil, huh?
9 mil.
Yeah, it's always about the
that
money.
kid is not that important. Let's
let's
slow down.
Put this in perspective.
All right, and that's the news for today.
That's it, huh?
Yeah, I think we covered pretty much all the news. And we got. You want to say hi to Mudvayne?
Certainly.
They seem pretty bored out there.
Oh yeah.
They're doing the Ozzy. They're doing the Ozfest thing.
Yes.
That's a great gig to be on, man.
Phenomenal.
We got Chad and. I think we got the whole band.
Big crowds.
Chad, Greg, Ryan, Matt, right? We got the whole gang today, Chad. As I'm yelling through the door as these guys are coming through. They're on their cell phones. What's up, yo?
How you doing?
Gentlemen.
Do we actually need these?
Nah.
Wow, you look really serious.
You don't want to hear the callers.
Oh, are we doing callers? Is that what we do?
Sometimes.
We don't have to do anything.
Well, let's fucking get some flowing here.
What's going on?
No, what's going on?
You look very serious. You all right? You just woke up?
I play in a rock band.
Are you annoyed?
I was supposed to have gone to bed an hour ago.
Yeah, you don't know the rock and roll lifestyle, Opie. It's about sleeping late, staying out late, and early shit like this just kind of
annoys you, right?
Yeah.
We need to go back to the,
wow,
up all night.
That is
sleep
some
all day.
Morning voice you got going there.
Absolutely.
Did you get like an hour last night? I'm a comic. I deal with the same shit. It's fucking, you're up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, you get an hour sleep.
I think
and
about
it blows.
30 minutes. Yeah, it's pretty hot.
Damn.
Where are you guys coming from?
I don't know.
No clue.
Where were we from?
D.C.
Oh, no, it wasn't called D.C., though. That's right. Bristol something.
Bristow.
Yeah.
Do you really lose track when you're on the road what city you're in after
I don't
a
know
while?
what day it is.
Absolutely. I have no idea what day it is.
You're just kind of on the rail.
Okay.
There it is.
Could be Saturday.
Get through with the shows.
Some people say rock and roll. Some people say retarded.
Yeah?
That's me.
Do you guys hate being on the road or what?
Love it.
Absolutely hate it.
Love it. I love it.
Do you really?
Oh, that's a curse.
What's your dream? That you guys get so big you don't have to tour anymore? Like, no, I mean, I'm serious. I mean, there are guys that,
that ain't happening anytime soon.
Well, but if you hate it, why do it?
I said I love it.
Yeah, he loves it.
Sometimes things are just a little bit bigger than you are.
Really?
Yeah.
The whole thing kind of grew a little.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you just what were you happier just kind of kicking it in clubs and
basements,
shit like that? Basements,
yeah,
really?
Basements, obvious.
Doesn't
absolutely.
every band though get together with the final goal, the dream of doing what you're doing, being on a huge tour, and that seems to be what you get together for when you're younger.
Absolutely.
Younger. And then you finally get.
Then you get there and you're
brilliant.
And then you get there and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, you realize you had to sell your soul to Beelzebub,
Yeah, you have your idea what it's going to all be about, and then you have to sign a few contracts with some businessmen, things you never wanted to do.
Totally.
Well, you guys are going on you're on the main stage. You're going right before Maiden and Sabbath. I mean, that's got to be phenomenal as a band to be working with those two bands.
Absolutely.
Did you get a picture with Sabbath?
No.
No. I'm such a fucking stalker. I get photos.
Jimmy's
of everybody.
all about the celebrity photo.
Do they get a photo together? Are they ever together at any other point other than
in Sabbath Village?
so.
Maybe you'll see them. That little area where the trailers are.
Oh, I doubt that.
No.
I stared at Bill Ward for 45 minutes until he fucking finally took a picture with me. He was just warming up on his drums, and I just sat there and stared at him.
Wait, those guys don't want to be together at all? You think?
I didn't say that.
You just haven't seen them together.
I would. I think it would be easy to presume that they probably don't get together at any other time than being on stage.
Just on stage, and then
Bill's really cool.
Yeah, he's great.
He's super approachable, just a cool guy. Hangs out, like he's up on the deck during the day, just tweaking on his drums, saying hey to everybody.
I annoyed Geezer and Iommi, fucking kind of stalking them outside the tour bus, and I think I scared Geezer back onto the bus.
That kind of does annoy people, yeah.
I can't help it. Yeah. I didn't really stalk him. I just kind of stood there, but fuck him.
What were we talking about? We were talking about why I hate touring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that'll do it, huh?
What, the stalkers?
Well, I mean, I'm sure that's one reason to
fans, stalkers.
Yeah.
What do they annoy the shit out of you though? Always asking for something, pictures, autographs.
Well,
that's kind of.
I guess if they'd ask, that might be all right. But people running up to you and sticking a camera in your face,
Really?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that sucks.
Oh yeah, totally.
But that's kind of. And they would say that's kind of, hey, you wanted to this lifestyle of the rock star kind of thing. It's kind of the position you put yourself in. You're gonna have to deal with it. No, huh?
Yeah.
That doesn't
you don't see it that way?
No.
Well, how do you see it then?
I play drums.
Yeah.
That's all I do. That's all I ever signed up for, playing drums.
And the rest of the stuff just annoys the hell out of you.
Just he didn't say on the resume be a professional model.
Right.
Also.
Yeah.
Didn't see that one coming.
Dude,
would you rather work for a living?
What's that?
Would you rather work for a living, like a real job, or?
I am working for a living. Come on.
No, I know. Like, I got to come in and go to work every morning, but believe me, I worked at some point in my life. I actually was in construction for a while.
I ran my own custodial business.
But see, that's what I mean by working for a living. Obviously, you work hard playing and doing what you do.
We keep crazy hours, absolutely.
But would you rather
18-hour video shoots, right?
Would you rather be installing, drywall or something? You wouldn't have anybody bothering you.
He's done it.
Yeah,
I've done it actually. Yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't. It's that.
No, I'm thinking once this rock star thing is done, I'm gonna go back to school and get an art history degree.
Really?
Absolutely. I'm working in a museum.
That's it.
That's it.
Curator.
I don't mean to laugh. I have
drywall.
Yeah.
Back to the drywall.
I want to be a tour guide.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe at the Wadsworth Athenaeum in Hartford, Connecticut.
That'd be hot because you're such a people person.
I am. But you know
you're
what?
really coming.
But you know what? No, hold on. If you're taking somebody on a museum tour, you don't really have to be nice to anybody. All you have to do is walk around and tell the people what they're looking at. Hey.
The people that work in museums.
That's P.A. Mondrian over there.
They're assholes.
It was done in 1931.
Just hope nobody wants
right when he went into his boogie-woogie phase.
Just hope that no one wants to take your picture in front of the Chuck Close.
Why would anybody want to take my picture if I'm a museum tour guide? Who would care?
So they can show the power of the photorealism.
Oh. Well, I would be game for that, you know.
It's still got to be something phenomenal. This is the difference between comics and rock people. It's just got to be, to get blown on a bus has got to be the fucking greatest thing ever.
Blow what?
To get
Never been blown on a bus?
Never have I been blown on a bus.
He just did a big gig in Cleveland. He got nothing.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
2 sold-out theater
matter.
shows, and he got nothing after the shows.
I'm not actually sure what we're talking about.
Getting a blowjob on a bus by a hot groupie girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, once again, we've fallen into those rock cliches and expectations of what being in a band and touring is about.
We must all live vicariously through you rock stars. Yeah. What can we say?
Yeah.
Well, what is going on the rock bus?
Reading.
Everyone assumes there's a lot of drugs and drinking and naked girls. You tell us what is on the...
Not on the Mudvayne bus.
No? Well, what's on the rock bus?
Drinking, obviously.
All right, so the drinking is
and maybe
happening.
Occasional drugs. And,
all right, so we got the drugs, right?
Got a Philip K. Dick book right now.
Really?
Reading Valis, yeah.
You had a lot of reading.
Yeah.
Wow. That really does kind of part ways from the
naked chicks.
All these
from no naked chicks whatsoever. We're crazy to think that, I guess.
Yeah, the booze and the drugs are accurate, but the chicks, you're probably turning them down. That's why you're not. I don't know if you're married, you have a girl, maybe you're just going, no, I don't want to fuck around
Too risky.
on the road. Okay, yeah, so you don't want to fuck around the road, but you probably could if you wanted to.
Actually, probably not. Girls don't really like Mudvayne very much.
No.
We could probably get as many 12 to 14-year-old pimply-faced boys that we want, right, Chad?
Ooh.
Even better.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's say hi to Mike. He has a question for you guys. Mike, what's going on?
Hello.
Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, question for you. You're giving little Jimmy shit about wanting to take pictures of stars. How do you feel about the people who are spending their hard-earned money to go out and buy your damn album and not willing to give them a couple seconds in return?
I don't think he was giving people shit about getting pictures. He was just saying he wanted them to ask, like just say, hey, can I get a picture?
It's not one of your favorite things to do, is what you're saying.
No, I didn't say we don't do pictures with people. We do pictures with people every day. And I think what we were mentioning about were the stalkers, the people that come out of nowhere and flash pictures at you, and you don't even know they're there, and they don't even approach you or introduce themselves.
Yeah. All right, let's say hi to BJ in Oakdale. BJ, what's up?
Not much. Hey, Mudvayne, how you doing?
What's up, man?
I just had a question about the whole face paint and the mask things that you used to do. How come you guys dropped that? Was it just something that you outgrew, got bored of?
Who said we dropped it?
Because when you started doing the alien faces, it kind of turned into a gimmick and it was gay.
Okay, so he just answered his own question.
There you go.
We decided that it was just way too gay.
Yeah, we were just
get out of it.
You know, it was just a gay-trocity.
Let's go to Frank in New York City. Frank, what's up?
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Who are these disingenuous, whining fucks who said they'd rather work for a living? Shut up. Get up and get a job and get up every day like the rest of us.
I don't think they
What's
said
your
they'd
problem?
work
And the
for a
drummer,
living.
I didn't sign up for this. I just signed up to drum. Shut up.
Wow.
Sir, I take it you're having a slight problem.
Wow.
Yeah.
The fun show just
Good morning.
Very fun, isn't it? Just
Good
don't
morning.
have a good time here. Don't
What
have
happened?
Fun.
We were having fun.
I hope that you're waking up to do customer service work. Good morning,
No, I
sir.
have a real job and I work hard every day. But anybody would trade their left nut to have your life and you're whining because you have to take a couple of pictures?
Well,
Who was complaining?
I
Dude.
think he was. Well,
Settle down.
I think he felt an attitude from you, Matt. That's all.
You don't sound very happy with your job, sir.
Yeah.
Well, no shit,
Didn't it sound like
up in
Opie
an
and
attic?
Anthony were kind of like pressing me to like have some fun and talk about the job and maybe say why we didn't want to wake up this morning? Wasn't that kind of the dig that we were doing there? We were kind of doing that together.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's kind of what we were doing.
Do we roll into New York?
All right,
at
Frank.
4:30
Yeah,
in
you
the
guys
morning
are
on
really
a
low
bus.
this morning. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Okay, thanks.
All right, man.
There he goes. Yeah, well, this is coming in a lot, though. Seth in Jersey. Seth.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey. Couldn't be better.
Listen, I'm like the other guy. I was kind of, I'm happy with my job, but it's just kind of aggravating when you hear a good band that's been out popular, doing very well, that comes across when the drummer says, I didn't sign up to do this. I'm just here to drum. Dude, actually, you're here. Your fans pay a lot of money to come out, hard-earned money to come out, buy your album, see you. The last thing they want to hear is you complaining, say, this is the last thing I want to do. I didn't sign up to be a model.
All right, I file my official apology. I apologize. We were just having a little fun. I apologize. My condolences to everybody that works. I really appreciate people coming to the shows, and it's an honor to be able to be playing Ozfest right now. And we love it.
You're definitely, but I mean, you're definitely still having fun doing this, right?
Of course. Of course. That's why we do it.
There you go. There you go. Let's go into some other things here. John in Iowa. What's up, John?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I really like that new album. It's really good. The whole album's great, and it's been a long time since I've heard a real good rock album. But there's one song on there. It's got these freaky little voices that go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And I just wanted to know what was behind that, maybe, and who did it.
I think
Well, the name of the song is Choices.
Yeah, the name of the song is Choices, and it's
the new CD is Lost and Found, by the way.
It's that game that every kid plays, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So that's the idea behind it, is making a choice, and the people on it were our producer's children.
Yeah, it was Dave Portman's kids. He's got 2 daughters and a son that came in and did it. Well, you did it too with them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, let's say hi to another Chad. Chad, what's up?
Hey.
Chad, you got the coolest name on the planet.
Yeah, first off, I can attest to the fact that Matt is a very, very kind individual if you show him respect.
Thank you. I really appreciate you saying so. That's all we were trying to say.
And you're going to say Chad's an asshole,
no,
right?
You know what? I really appreciate you saying so.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy meeting people, and I enjoy making friends.
Yeah,
I just don't like being stalked.
Oh, yeah, I completely understand.
Right.
But I want to know what brought about the change between Lost and Found, and especially the second half of LB50. Was it just personal growth, or?
We've kind of we keep an attitude with our creative process that we're not trying to recreate a moment, but we're trying to find out where the band is at the time that we're writing. So, I mean, I don't know if it's change or growth. It's just, life changes and life moves along, and the band's a different band than we were 4 years ago.
People do get pissed off at that. They and a lot they like to throw out the word "sell out" a lot whenever you do something, and they don't understand that a band is a group of guys that are. The longer you're together, the more you're going to change. Your ideas change. The gel between the guys and everything, and you're going to be different. Why does it have to remain the same?
You don't want to keep writing the same record.
No.
You know what I mean? You'll have just as many people pissed off at you.
And if you're lucky
doing the
enough,
same thing over and over and over.
You want your music to be honest. I mean, that's what we really strive for.
If you're lucky enough to be successful long enough, you'll have people crawling out of the woodwork saying, "These motherfuckers, man, they were great years back, and then now they've sold out, they've changed."
You can't try to meet people's expectations.
Nah.
I mean, and I always felt like if we were smart enough, maybe we could have been a pop band, and we could second guess what people like to listen to. But I don't think we're quite that smart. I think with us, what our fans have appreciated is just the honesty. We just try to make the most honest music we can.
We're
lucky people like it.
You read message boards or anything about?
No.
No? You don't even touch them?
I want to do a Mudvayne haters message board
on
our site, because
we already have one, don't we?
Just to get that's the only one we have.
Well, that's the whole thing is whenever you have a lot of people with message boards, that for some reason the people that are attracted to that are the people that really just want to bash the shit out of you.
Most people don't even have anything to say about Mudvayne.
Really?
It's like
they
people just literally just talking.
A lot of infighting.
Yeah.
They're just a strange thing, the message boards, and I do know that, or at least I think anybody who has a message board dedicated to them or that they're involved with in some way, shape, or form does read. You go to it at some point. Have you ever read a post on a message board? You?
On ours?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I haven't.
I
mean, people tell me all the time. But.
Yeah? Because that's odd that you wouldn't.
A lot
of people do.
I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say anything. Maybe I should just keep my mouth shut.
You know, dude, if you were into your fans, you'd read their fucking posts.
I like this Matt guy.
Right.
Matt, you're all right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Right when the record,
we got
right when the record came out.
Yeah.
But
out of curiosity, you wanted to see what.
Like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like people not even talking about the record. I'm going. Shit.
Yeah.
You know,
you want to get some feedback or something?
Yeah.
Get nothing.
Go to Amazon.com and read all those posts, like where you can buy the record.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
There you go. You might see something there.
Are you guys all from Peoria?
No.
We're all from different parts of central Illinois.
Illinois.
You Richard Pryor fans?
Absolutely.
All right, good. He's from Peoria. I read that. I was very happy.
I just watched Stir Crazy the other night.
Doesn't his son still live there? I think he has a son that lives in Peoria.
Really?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know any more than that, but
let's say hi to Tim in Tennessee. Tim, what's up?
Hey guys, good morning, Man Melons. Hey, I was listening to those other callers whine about guys in the band not wanting to take pictures, and last time I checked, you buy a CD, you get the music on the CD, and that's what you're paying for. And if these guys don't want to take time to do anything else, well, that's too fucking bad.
That's not really what they said. Matt just doesn't like to be stalked and.
No. I actually agree.
The guys in the band have every right.
No, I know he's agreeing, but he's also saying that the other calls were saying you guys don't like it at all. That's not what the
you know what
Matt was
we
making.
do every day. We do meet and greets and stuff every single day. We're doing 150 people a day at Ozfest. Or whatever.
Well, you think about that, if you do a minute per person, that's 150 minutes, and you guys don't have time to take a shit. So
you don't do a minute per person.
I'm all for free choice, and whatever you guys want to do, just keep putting out good tunes.
I appreciate
that.
Lot,
Thank
you.
Punch it out.
All right, let's say hi to Rob on Long Island. Rob, what's up?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Great
music, guys. Me and my brother are big fans. I first saw you guys at the Summer Sanitarium Tour at Giant Stadium a couple of years back. But I wanted to ask where you guys got your name from, because from what I hear, it's like a slang for asshole. I just wanted to know if that's true.
Well, I often wondered about that.
That never occurred to me, actually.
After we threw that out there like years ago, I was thinking, man, I hope that people don't think that.
Yeah,
but
is that like an anal reference?
You almost can't help.
That's an anal reference.
Yeah, it sure is.
Absolutely. But actually, it came from. Have you ever heard of a fish called carp? You ever heard of that fish?
Yeah, he's out, but
he's gone, or whatever. And I was literally driving around the Decatur Dam, and I looked down and I saw some people fishing, and I was like, I remembered fishing there with my dad or whatever, and it was just like really boring and like no action and no fishing. Basically, you just sit there with your line in the water, and every once in a while you catch a carp, and it'd be like, "Woo, got one on, woo!" You'd reel it in, and it'd be like, "Oh, it's a carp. You can't keep that one," and you throw it back because it's got a mud vein. So that's where I came up with it. It was just driving around
you know
the
what?
dam.
I've never heard that story. That's the first time I've heard that story.
Yeah,
I've never heard that. I thought it was.
I was just driving.
I thought it
around
was
the dam.
the pink laser shot from the Sirius star system that sent the name like right out. Burned into my brain. The pink laser.
I was driving around the dam when the pink laser hit.
You were struck by the pink laser from the Sirius star system.
Yeah.
The Dog Star.
Let's go to Rich in Ohio. Rich, what's up?
Good morning, boys. Little Jimmy.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Yo, Mudvayne, you guys fucking tore it up Saturday.
Awesome. Thank you.
I saw you up at the Burgestown at the Post-Gazette Pavilion. And these motherfuckers that say that you guys don't work apparently ain't never been to one of your shows.
Thank you.
I am a fucking lobster today. My forehead, my nose, my arms.
Oh, man.
Fucking 4 o'clock, everybody I was with was, come on, let's go. I can't fucking take it no more. I'm like, kiss my ass, motherfucker. I ain't leaving until Mudvayne's done. So,
awesome.
You guys rock, and I still feel it because I'm on fire.
Awesome.
One
thing that
thank you very much.
Thank you. One thing that we always, we've always tried to bring to the stage is, I know it sounds kind of idealistic or whatever, but like we treat every show like as a singular moment, and it's a moment that the fans and that we get to have that's unlike any other, and every show is that, and I think it keeps us pretty vital and keeps us pretty excited about our shows when we get really excited about playing. That's what we do.
Very good. Let's say hi to Dave in Queens. Dave.
Yo, what's going on?
What's up, Dave?
What's up, man?
Nothing, all fucking good. Yo, I saw you guys way before you guys broke out when you were playing with Ultra Spank and Slipknot down in Houston.
There you go.
2000
you
probably.
guys are fucking ridiculous that night. I went there to see Slipknot and left being a huge fan of you guys, and I'm glad to know you guys are fucking assholes, too, because stuff to relate a lot more.
It really does. It helps me relate with you motherfuckers. Yo, love you guys. Fucking Jimmy.
Yes.
Oh, man, what I do to suck on your meaty tits, you fucker.
You are a good egg.
Gotta love the satellite
Good
radio.
egg. Wow.
Let's go to Joe and...
Sounds like you got your own stalker.
Oh, yeah. Complete psycho.
Couple. We got many. Joe, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
How you doing?
Hey, Mudvayne, you guys fucking rock. Awesome
Thank you.
record.
Thank you.
Love all the records. As a matter of fact, my 4-year-old daughter loves to get in the truck, and she said, Daddy, put on the Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo song. She's getting ready to celebrate her 4th birthday. And,
Congrats.
You guys know you got a 4-year-old Mudvayne fan out there.
Dude, you know what? I probably hear that
Hear about
in the signing line every day.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I hear so much about people saying, you know, putting on Determined and their kids dancing to it and stuff.
That's awesome.
So that's really cool, man. Awesome.
Hey, thanks, guys.
All right. You
You're
guys
welcome,
ever think it would have gotten this big?
Oh, absolutely not. This is an absolute anomaly.
Like when you start out, you guys
We-
just got
when we-
together. You had fun playing together. Thought you'd do some local gigs and have a good time, right?
And you know, really for us, it was about writing. I mean, we really enjoyed just writing music.
Do you remember the moment when you realized, oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah, totally.
holy
Absolutely.
crap, this is going to take off?
Yeah,
What was it? Was it anything good? Was it hearing it on the radio? A song on the radio?
We have like a little bit of personal mythology in the band, and at a certain point, we collectively identified a moment and specified it and said, "This is the point forever. This is the now forever."
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You had a sign?
Well, there was a moment where
absolutely.
where we just realized like what we were doing.
The gravity of what it was.
You know, it meant something, and that people were probably going to receive it, and we wanted to be a part of it.
It was about 6 months before we got a record contract.
Make it our whole life.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's when it was all kind of.
Absolutely.
It got a little bit bigger than just us, like we were
absolutely.
saying in the beginning of the interview. I don't know. I don't want to say too much more.
Why? Sounds kind of interesting, actually.
Well, it just sounds to me like devil worship.
Sounds like ritual.
There's a little bit of that
satanic
ritual.
Sounds like it might have been a Ouija board. Are we going to get popular?
When we got
Yes.
after we got our record deal,
Actually,
I was
we
like,
just shook that 8 thing.
yeah, the 8 ball, the magic 8 ball.
I was going to say, was it an 8 ball?
And it said, and we flipped it over and it said, yes. I said, yes. And I was like, oh my God. When we got signed, I at one point said I would be shocked if we sold 150,000 records, sold 100,000 records. Like that was not going to be possible.
And you guys have sold at least 200.
Yeah, we actually, you know what? I think we hit close to 2, didn't we? 200.
First time.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. We're working at it.
We're still hoping.
Let's.
I got to ask you a question too. Bill Ward, most underrated drummer ever.
He's a jamming drummer.
You know
dude.
what was really
ridiculous? Like when he's just
just sitting around and like what you probably saw him.
Holy
he is really, really good.
Really good.
It's like you can tell that he's not just showing up 2 weeks before the tour starts to I got to play drums again. Haven't seen him for a year, kind of thing. No, he's into it. You can tell he is about drumming.
He can play.
He can really play.
All right, let's say hi to Joey on Long Island. He's got a question. Joey. Hey, Joey.
Hey.
What's up? Turn down your radio. You're on.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yep.
Oh.
Hey, I'm a big fan. I heard a lot about your band. Is it true that Pat Battle sings backup on your last album?
Who?
See ya!
Pat Battle.
Just an ass.
Okay.
What else can I tell you? Just
Who
an ass.
did what?
She's a newscaster that we're obsessed with.
It's-
People throw her name.
It's not
in
even worth
to
explaining to
everything.
these guys. They're
They're
big
gonna hear
rock stars. They don't care.
Hey, you know what?
I don't care about a
I've got
battle.
better
love
things
doing
to do
what
with
we
my
do.
time. I got better things to do with my time. Let's go do some drywalling.
Mike in Winter Haven. Mike, what's up?
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Hey.
Good. How are you,
Hey,
man?
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Look, the first song I heard from you guys is Dig, and right at the time I was playing paintball, and like every day, every tournament, we turn that sucker, we turn it up, and we just crank it out and just like beat each other up right before a game, and we go and just wreck house against these guys. It gave me it just turned on that switch inside me that just said, go out and just wreck it, man. Thanks
Awesome.
so much, guys. You guys rock.
Thank you
I
very
appreciate
much.
it. Look at that. Let's say hi to
Awesome.
David in St. Louis. David.
Hey, I just wanted to say that I saw you guys in St. Louis and thought you guys were awesome. It was at Point Plus 17.
Sure.
I was just wondering, how did you guys like playing to a sold-out crowd?
Yeah, that was the first time we'd headlined a sold-out radio gig. That was pretty wacky.
I enjoy playing to sold-out crowds.
You had to have
when there's nobody there.
You had to have had the shit gigs early on where you'd.
All right,
we're talking about St. Louis here.
Our home, like home area.
Yeah.
Like, we went down to the Creepy Crawl.
Yep, and everyone left.
Well, no, that was in Denver.
That was in Denver. Also in Quad Cities and in Chicago.
Where Greg was going. I was sick as a dog. Literally, we're going out on a tour. When we were financing everything ourselves, we get out to Denver, and all of a sudden I just get crazy sick. I couldn't even speak, and Greg is standing next to me at the bar going, "Dude, here, do a shot of Jack." No, here, do a shot of tequila.
It'll loosen up your voice.
It's the only time I've ever went on stage with a bus. The only
time
ever. And
we don't drink or do anything before we play.
I was
Absolutely
wasted.
Nothing.
But yeah, the Creepy Crawl. We played to like
10 people.
10 people maybe.
Oh yeah.
We just did on. We went back there for that specific reason. When we released the new record.
Yep.
Yeah, and we did the whole Gorilla Run.
It was all small clubs like that. And we just
went to the Creepy Crawl and packed that bitch.
A few more than
it was really crazy because like my drum kit was like on the edge.
Is that the show he's talking about?
Which one?
The Creepy Crawl.
Yeah.
They do a sold out show.
Oh no! I think he's talking about the radio. Well, that was a sold out show. Also, 175 people probably.
Yeah.
I was sitting on the corner of the stage with a pillar next to me, and like all the fans were like literally like just standing around my kit, like as close as fans. So it was like me playing, and everybody just standing there.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
That Gorilla Run was awesome. For that
fans
reason,
helping me do cymbal chokes.
There was
no. I can grab it,
Hey, we got a good friend of the show calling in to say hi. Jay Moore, everyone. Jay.
I just want to remind everybody that this past Saturday, Jim Norton is at the Cleveland Odeon.
Oh, thank you, Jay. It was very helpful, your plugs.
How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing good. How did it go, Jimmy?
It was good, actually. Both shows were great, and I fucking struck out horribly with chicks.
Hey, Jay.
So what? You were on like a little, you were on like a stand-up tour kind of thing?
I went out and did Cleveland on Saturday.
And no girls on your bus.
They make it sound like you're gay.
I say
I took a fucking van from the hotel.
Yeah, that's the problem there. You gotta have a sexy bus.
What, Jay?
Every time people talk about stand-up comedy, they make it sound like we're gay. What are we doing, a little stand-up thingy? Like, this guy just talked for 45 fucking minutes about performing for 40 people and vomiting. Jim sells out a goddamn theater 2 shows in a row. He's like, oh, that's cute.
Wow.
You're right, man. We do stink as comics. Fuck.
Yeah, Jay, we got Mudvayne in the studio today.
I know Mudvayne from Ozfest.
Yes,
nice,
very good. Do you guys know who Jay Moore is?
I'm not familiar myself.
You'd know
I apologize.
You'd know him in a second if you saw him.
Where would I know him from?
Saturday Night
Last
Live.
Standing.
Yeah. I'm terrible with TV. I don't see enough TV.
Suicide Kings, great movie.
Oh, Suicide Kings. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Jay was in Suicide
He's in
Kings
that.
and many, many others.
Oh, okay.
Let's not forget Paulie.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
the kids love Paulie.
The kids love Paulie. The kids love Paulie. Don't make a fucking maniac out of me.
I have exceptional news for you two guys.
Yes, Jay.
Or 3. Sorry, Jimmy.
And, well, there's 2 others in the studio. It's 5 today.
5.
Well, I don't know them, and they don't know me, so let's just make a whole thing out of it.
We got Chad and Matt.
I don't want to get caught in the crossfire.
I saw your movie.
Paul Anka is the guest star on Las Vegas today, and they're filming.
Oh, really? Oh, he also can I say bang or should I say seeing? Girlfriend.
Live with? How about live with?
Live with.
Cohabitating.
He lives with Nikki Cox.
Which one? This dude.
Now they're seeing
I totally know who you
now
are.
they're seeing a picture of you.
You're like a movie star. Hey, do you like stalkers and having your picture taken?
Only when I'm actually in the bed.
Nice,
Absolutely,
nice.
I know
Here's
who
a
you
glamorous
are.
story about Jay Moore. Jay
That's
and I
what
were
I
doing
need
a
to
college together in Florida years ago.
You were in did you play in
Jerry Maguire?
Yeah, I was going to say Jerry Maguire.
Yeah,
I'm going to
Jerry
sound stupid
Maguire.
if I say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
See, Jay, you just impressed them.
He was the
Good.
scumbag agent.
But I want to hear Jimmy's story.
Oh, this is a cute one.
Listen to this.
I'm opening for Jay in a college in Florida. And he goes, hey, Jim, come in here. And I walk into his hotel suite, and I walk into his room, and he's on his bed naked, on his hands and knees with his asshole open, laughing.
Wow. You know what?
Beat that, Mudvayne.
I would say
Beat that.
people, almost every interview, somebody, what's the craziest thing that's happened in Mudvayne on the tour? So I'm speechless right now. Actually,
that one like that.
I couldn't get within 10 feet of that.
Mudvayne, two things happened with that antics that I pulled. One is two things are gonna happen. One, you're either gonna get fucked, or two, the guy's gonna leave you alone the rest of the time.
Yeah, it definitely sets a precedent.
That was fucking hilarious. And then I kept coming back to the room hoping he'd reenact it. Very hot.
See, these comics, they get wacky, Mudvayne.
Something had been in there, though, right?
Was that?
Something had been in there. You could tell, right?
Yeah, it was not the first time you've been in that.
Yeah, something had been. Something had been in there.
Are you diddling yourself?
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you tell Mudvayne who you're now living with, Jay?
What? Aren't you on your own show? Didn't you have been listening?
They didn't hear it. See, we do not listen on the show. We've made that perfectly clear. But did you hear who Jay Moore is living with?
No, I have no idea.
Bob Sugar.
He lives
with there, Mr. Sugar.
He lives with Nikki Cox.
Oh, good God!
Really?
I swear to God, it's ground. I swear to God, you guys just said it.
No one. They didn't hear it though.
No, maybe there were 5 people talking at the same time.
They were showing a picture of you.
Did you say it?
Suicide King.
No one listens on this show, Jay.
Someone
you know
did
that.
say it though.
Oh, someone said it.
I'm all ears now.
But they're now hearing it for the first time.
Man, I've never met
the
a movie
great
star.
Hollywood actress Nikki
great.
Cox.
Yeah, this is fun. I've never really talked to a movie star before.
Really?
Yeah, this is.
Real movie star.
It's a new plateau in my life,
movies
actually.
Getting airbrushed out of the poster.
Let me
How about that? King's Ransom, the poster's out, and they airbrushed all the white people out of the poster.
Did
they really?
Wow.
Jay.
We went to the lawyers on that one.
We too thought it was really cool to meet a Hollywood star until he hangs around a while and then you realize he's just as sick as everyone else.
Yeah, he's naked in bed. Posted. Yeah. He's posting.
We've all seen his penis.
Posted up.
We've seen him do things with his penis.
Yeah.
You guys sound like a bunch of fun guys to hang out with.
We're really not making a good impression of the fucking rock stars. A bunch of homo stories.
Yeah, I know.
Remember the time you
showed
me your
No.
cock?
When we saw Jay's penis, it had something to do with a young lady, well, not too young, named Chocolate. Named Chocolate.
I sliced like a fucking hammer.
We saw allegedly, because we're not really sure what we saw Jay bang a black hooker from Harlem once.
It was
wow.
Nice. I'm gonna
Live
be
on our show.
I'm going to be going back to my bus to sit in my back lounge and read some Dostoevsky.
Yeah.
That's what I'll be doing this afternoon.
A little reading.
Yeah.
Nice way to wind down. Sure.
Yeah. Have an espresso and some Dostoevsky.
You're not going to spread your ass cheeks and call someone in the room?
No, I don't think that's going to be happening.
What's that, Jay?
I heard when you guys were talking about certain people not coming on the show, and Anthony and you're saying that these people were dead to you, and then I went on Whackbag and saw the pictures of the gravestones of certain, like Brewer Dice, Lewis Black, Carlos Mencia, and Anthony said, I was driving with my buddies, and Anthony said, Jay fucking Moore.
That's right, Jay fucking Moore.
And everyone tore me a new asshole. I went back on the show, and everyone crushed me.
You know what is a credit to Jay? Everyone was bashing Jay before he called and got back with the show.
After I called, they were bashing me after I called.
Yeah,
big Hollywood star. And
but you turned it around.
How he stands with our show.
He turned it around so quickly, because he's a funny motherfucker. That's just the way it is.
Jay, did you feel your appearance was bad?
As opposed...
Sorry. Jimmy, I've been waiting the entire phone call, wondering when will he set me up. I don't know. Next thing I know, Jim Norton says, was it bad?
You're Harvey Keitel. It's all I think about. I don't even want to fucking look at him anymore.
That's the only reason I called. Jimmy, the series must go 7 games. I went to the park today and I saw Darryl Strawberry. And I looked him in his eyes. And he told me he's saving it for the big one.
Your kid
Jackson, I'm obviously doing Harvey Keitel on the radio.
Your kid doesn't shut up, does he, Jay?
Oh, my gosh. Do that when I'm doing walking. I don't like doing walking anymore.
That is a talkative little kid.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
And he can take a punch.
All right.
2 things. I called to do waiting in vain to be set up for Keitel. And I just called because I laughed the other day driving by myself, just thinking of Anthony for no reason on the side going, no, man, I'm pretty fucking soft. I'm okay.
All right. Any other questions for Mudvayne, Jay?
How about one? Just one question.
How about a question they've never been asked before? Because that's what we try to do on the show. We I don't think we were too successful, but.
Have you ever? How old are you guys?
Oh shit! There's a question.
Okay, that's it. That's the only question.
Yeah, approaching 37 way too quickly.
Have you guys ever, when you were kids, out of curiosity, blown another kid?
Blown another kid?
Good question.
Well, you didn't specify male or female, so I'm not going to say. But that gives me the
blown?
No. But that gives me a window to say yeah.
Oh, okay.
Put that up on Whackbag. Oh, by the way, everyone at Whackbag, Freak 8, there's your show mentioned. Stop posting at Freak 8. And more pictures of me and Cox fucking as monkeys.
Yeah, very good.
Hey, Jay, I'll be happy to answer your question, and I'll even break it down by ethnicity.
Jim, boys blow each other every day. Monster Rain, they want to put up the rewards. I'm a Catholic. I'm blessed. Can I tell you a little off today? I'll make it up to you, Jimmy.
What's that, buddy?
The Keitel's a little off this morning. I'll make it up to you.
No, it sounds great. What are you talking about? It sounds
we
exactly
love
like Keitel.
the Keitel. Stop.
He was shot in the gut. It's my fault. He was shot in the gut.
Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Good call.
I love you, boys.
All right, Jay.
Love you, Jay.
Our true friend of the show.
Ask me if I'm okay.
You okay?
Nah, man. I'm pretty fucking far from okay. Punching up, boys.
Later, Jay.
See you. See ya.
Jay Moore calling from Hollywood.
That guy's
awesome.
a rip, man.
With this kid in the background. You want to explain Monster Rain to these guys before we let them go, or no?
He's calling from Hollywood?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is satellite radio. We're everywhere.
Jesus Christ.
This thing is
it there?
I was going to say, that's
like
really why is he even awake?
He's got the kid.
God, what a nightmare.
Has to be.
She is a fucking hot.
Which one?
Yeah.
You go with...
That's Aguilera.
You go with Aguilera?
Aguilera.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Look
on
at
the
dumper.
wall.
Dude, that is the hottest picture, dude.
Yeah, like I'm realizing I'm surrounded by
Flipping
naked
us off.
women.
Dude,
Yeah, well...
Look at that.
We got to keep morale up in here.
Oh.
She is really just uber hot.
Yeah,
I was
really
more of a fan of Britney Spears until
No,
super,
fuck that.
super
Christina
sexy, man.
blew
All that
away
stuff with
Britney
yeah,
from
absolutely.
beginning to end.
Dude,
Christina's
she's
skinny.
She's like,
I know, she's a little fidget.
yeah, like 4'3" or something.
I love it.
A fidget?
A fidget.
Yeah.
Ooh,
She
a
looks like
fidget.
she'd
I
have
like
a nice
that. Is that a
fat
spinner?
No, that's what they called them in the Little Rascals. I believe in that. They were the Little Rascals.
We call them spinners.
Spinners?
Yeah.
Yeah. You get them up there.
Yeah,
And,
just spin them.
yep.
Jessica Simpson, yes or no?
No.
No?
You see
I'm
the
out.
The new
Out.
video, though?
I'm
care.
out.
She
Don't
looks
care.
The
great.
new video?
I don't
know
care.
she's dumb and...
Don't care. Nope.
That
I'm
new
not a big
video?
fan of her.
Really?
Nope.
Why?
Not at all.
Washing the car? No,
Nope.
I don't know what it
nothing?
is.
Nope.
Mm.
Out.
Wow.
Out.
I was with you until I saw the new video.
Yeah.
No?
What about
before
Dukes
the
of Hazzard?
video.
Is she gonna? How?
She looks very
I'm
hot
really-
in that. She's
how's she
wearing
gonna
the,
do that?
Well, the Daisy Dukes, where the name came from. Yeah, she's wearing those little.
Have you seen the
tied-up
video?
shirt.
No,
With
I
Willie
haven't
Nelson?
seen it.
That's why.
So
When you see
it's-
this video,
yeah, faint.
oh my
Okay.
god.
Hot, man.
I think
All
I've
right.
seen it.
Well, we should let these guys go. I think we had fun here.
Gentlemen.
I think Matt started off like, ugh, but I think you
No,
had a
I
good
didn't start off
time.
like. I just sat down and just did my thing.
He didn't
you know?
have his coffee yet.
He didn't have his coffee,
No, it's all
but
good.
I think we all got along.
The whole
Well, you know what?
planet,
You gotta.
The whole planet sucked until he had his Starbucks. But now he's okay.
So you guys playing Ozfest?
PNC tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
and,
right?
Wednesday.
That's
yeah,
right.
me
Yeah,
and
2
Steve will
days
be
in a
there
row.
tomorrow.
2 days in a row.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Will you acknowledge him if you see him backstage, or
Absolutely.
You will.
Wave.
Yeah. He will be back.
Hey, you know
there.
what? There is a certain
I love that.
job description I have, and it doesn't mean I have to be friends with just
Right.
anyone.
You better.
I do
You
love
better
that about
run.
radio, because there's so many times, we'll have a really good interview with a band or something, then we
Yeah.
go to the show and we're backstage like, now we're all friends, and zip right by like they don't even know you.
Security have them removed.
It's like, but what happened on our show? We were just pals.
But the worst is when you realize they did recognize you and just didn't give a fuck. Like, they didn't remember me. Hey, remember we talked? Oh, yeah, no, I know. Fuck.
Just keep walking on. The
Some-
big blow off. Right.
Some happy surprise.
I
Like
thought we
you
were going to go
realized
on
it
the
was
tour
me.
bus and drink and drug and
and
do
read
broads
books
together. Yeah.
This
All
is
right.
one of the nicest smelling microphone.
Yeah, it is actually.
That's because that's the one that's never used by anybody.
No,
Yeah, both of
well,
those.
it's frightening me that it smells so good.
Really?
'Cause you guys Must be
Spritz.
just like
It's been spritzed.
Febrezing it all.
We don't let
the time.
other people use the studio.
Lysol, disinfectant, Febreze, right? Jimmy's you wouldn't want to use, or Opie's you wouldn't want to use. Because if Jimmy gets a good fart rolling, he'll shove his ass right against it and just let it rip.
But only my mic, nobody
Did you ever do
else.
the cup and toss? That's
Oh,
the new
God,
one.
yeah,
The
yes.
cup and toss?
Yeah, he does
Dude,
that.
we saw somebody, we saw a dude with his kids in a pickup truck. We were driving along and straight up looked over, and this dude cupped and tossed right there in the front seat driving with his kids. I'm like, what is he? And he just tossed it right in his face. I'm
That's
like,
great.
that dude cupped a fart.
You gotta hold it for a second, and you just open it like it's a gift, right in somebody's face.
slowly
Yeah,
waft
fucking
into their
Yeah,
face.
no, he tossed it in his own face. He cupped and tossed.
Oh, in his own face?
Yeah, he cupped and tossed straight up.
Yeah.
Selfish,
You
not
guys,
sharing.
Selfish.
You guys, let's wrap up so we can play your single as we end the show today. We want to do that
Dankeschön.
for you guys. So it's Mudvayne, Ozfest tomorrow and Wednesday in
yes.
Jersey. Jimmy's going.
Right on before Maiden and then Sabbath.
The new CD's Lost and Found. What are we hearing today? He points to Lost and Found. What's the single?
Forget to remember.
Forget to Remember. I think that's what we're going to play.
Well,
I want to thank Matt and Chad for stopping by today.
Thanks, guys. Thank you for having us.
Here's
Definitely.
Mudvayne. Check it out.
That's it. I'm out of here.